But one good thing did come from that. He did say that he was going to put you on his podcast, though.
Yeah.
Right? So hopefully that does happen and you do get the light that you deserve, bro. Even if that means that you go on there and say, Panda, okay? Pen. All right, back in the house is a super talented, underrated brother. He's definitely become a close confidant of mine. My brother, the Bad Seed.
What up, Panda?
How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, you know. Yo, but I did get some bad news today. It was a bad day as far as that's concerned. I do want to send a RIP, a big RIP to my brother Gray Hairs. Shout to the Zoo Bullies, 6-Man Entertainment. You know, shout to Swan Street up in Albany. Yeah, you know, shout to Bricks Barbershop, all that. You know, lost a real one. Or shout to Gray Hair.
Yo, I'm sorry to hear that, man. How he passed?
I don't know. Like, we still getting the stories going on, but we found out that he passed away Friday.
Damn.
And we just now finding out today. So you know, shout to my man D. He actually spoke to him Friday. Everything was good. Yeah, you know. So
bro. Yeah. If that's not a reminder enough of how precious life is, bro, how short, like, you 1 minute you talking to somebody, the next they gone already. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really a reminder to enjoy the people around you. And man, it's just too short, bro. It's too short.
Yeah, he's a good brother, man. Real good brother.
Well, rest in peace to him, man. Sending our condolences and blessings to his family, you know, through this hard time. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough.
I ain't mean to, I just wanted to shout him out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was an MC too. So you know, just he ain't get to make it to Panda. So he here now. You know what I'm saying? He here now with me.
For sure.
So you know what I mean?
Well, man, we making a tradition now. Every time you drop in a new project, we doing a new interview. You just dropped another project. I mean, like, bro, like, you've been on here every single month for the past 3 months now. Tell me about the new project, But Did You Die Tho? Which the title is straight fire. Like, how did you even come up with that?
Did You Die Tho is, you know, I just think all of us as people, especially in hip hop, we've been through a lot this year. Period. You know, whether it be the deaths that's happening, whether it be us trying to figure out how we streaming, whether it be anything, just the backstabbing, when people are revealing themselves because it's a tough time. Like a lot of people who you wouldn't expect to be a certain way, they're a certain way because of being forced into doing certain things. Like, a lot of times people don't just wake up like, yo, I'm going to be a shithead and shit on these people today. It just ends up for survival that this ends up happening. So basically at the end of the day, it's like we all go through a lot of stuff, but did you die though? At the end of the day, It's Night was right before it. So it's basically saying, yo, at the end of the day, it's night, but did you die though? Like, you went through what you went through last month, because at the end of the day, it's night. Like, you're gonna have to accept that anything that's happening, whether good or bad, it's you know what it is. So at the end of the day, It's Night was last album, and then now, or Did You Die Though? We made it.
And I'm sorry, but like, it's kind of a weird transition because we just talked about your mans, and you know, unfortunately, he did pass though. You know, so
he did die.
Yeah, so it's not meant as disrespect, you know, but the
album. No,
yeah.
it's not meant as disrespect to anybody. Like, it's just culturally, Did We Die Tho?
Right.
It's not any individual person. It's yo, as a culture, we're still here. Like we didn't crumble. Like I said, the streamings and shit, like all this shit is out of control. Like with distribution and stuff like that. So we still figuring it out. There's really no record business no more. So you know, it's pretty much ground level. So you know how I explain this shit, Panda? Like, think about, you know what the music business is? Imagine Russia said, you know, me and my fucking scenarios.
Analogies.
Yeah, now imagine Russia sank the mystery, boom, blew the whole shit up, right? We can't come outside. We survived. We didn't die though. We can't come outside for 2 weeks. That's when the radiation goes down. Hip hop, well, the music business, period, is what it looks like 2 weeks later when we walk outside. It's been destroyed. We walking outside, everything's fucked up. You looking for more people, more survivors. You looking for food. You trying to survive so that we could rebuild this shit. Now we have to rebuild society. The shit's been destroyed.
Right.
That's exactly what's going on there. You know, and in those times, unfortunately, everybody's not going to be a friendly neighbor. You're going to have some people that is going to be vicious because we are in bad times. I'm saying metaphorically for the business. So we are in bad times. So they will snake you so that they could survive. Because remember, they got a family too.
Right.
Everything's destroyed, bro. 2 weeks ago, yeah, they would have helped you. But now everything's destroyed. It's about them and their family. And I think that if we think like that, like, yo, these people ain't doing these things to us personally, it gives us a little bit of solace just to know, like, yo, man, these people doing these things to survive. You know what I mean? In the business, not as a person.
Right.
I'm just playing the business.
Well, the project is you and Silverback. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Super
big
dope,
shout-out.
man. What is your favorite record on the project?
You know, me and Silverback, we talk about this all the time. Like it's really tough because I think every song on there is fucking nuts. And I'm not just saying that because it's me. I'm pushing 40 albums, bro. And this is my favorite. You know, a lot of people, they talk their shit in the comments. Yo, who are you? You ain't never did nothing. You ain't never did nothing for the culture. It's funny to me because I'm not responsible for what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
like it just because you don't know who I am don't mean I ain't nobody. Like it don't mean I ain't put points up because you missed the game. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I've been around and I've been putting in the pain, and you need to get to know me because I guarantee you will like my shit 100%. Like
I've seen actually a lot of people comment, you know, like after checking out your interviews, they'd be like, yo, I checked out Seed's music and I fuck with son.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too. I've been shout to everybody that take the time out to actually go do the footwork as consumers and go listen. Because I don't even think that I can't even call people fans no more. I gotta call them consumers. You're building business relationships with people now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fans. These are your business partners now. They're investing in you by copying your shit. They do so. Their return is gonna be how you treat them. That's their ROI. How you treat them. How you interact with them. How you drop merch on them. The creative ways that you're making projects. Like they want to feel that this is the entertainment business. They want to feel that feeling like from back in the day. So it's our job to do that. That's what they're investing into.
Right. And you got Innocent, Mr. Live, Honey De Niro on the project.
Right.
How did you select like what songs specifically that you wanted to put on here or the features?
Okay, so good question. So usually like when I'm working on a project, I don't really set out to be like, oh, I'm gonna get features on here or whatever. I really like to do my projects with no features, preferably because I don't want people to ever, ever, ever say like, yo, oh, but he had help. He had all them features, and you will never be able to say that. That's why you don't see a lot of big producers. You see producers on the come up. Like you're not going. I have no crutch. I have none. It's pure talent. Like you understand what I'm saying? So, I like to stand on that a lot. You could say what you want about me as a person, but you cannot say that I make trash music. You can't do that, right? So as far as the features go, like the God is good all the time joint, that's a joint where I'm talking to God, and it's it's not aggressive, but it's yo, God, like what's up, man? Like what's going on? You know, you the man and all that, but why are people dying? Like, are these diseases and stuff? Good people too. So I thought about it, and I let Honey hear it, and she was like, "Yo," because you know, Honey's going through, you know, remission from cancer
Right.
herself, and she's going through a lot of stuff herself with that. And it hit home. She had just lost the power from Wu-Tang. He was a good friend of hers. And we
Oh,
recorded
damn.
that, I think the day after he passed. And you know, she sent back the verse, and I told her, I said, yo, but the thing is, you can get on the record, but we have to question God and be firm with God. But on this record, we can't curse at God.
Mm.
So there's no profanity on that record. You know, I wanted it to feel like we was cursing, but no curse ever came out our mouth to him, because that record was to him. You know. Um Now the other records, the Mr. Live record 6, that's one of my favorite joints. That beat, Silverback had put it in our group chat, and I had already, like, I heard it and scooped it. Like he put it, I said, yo, I need that. Right. So we in a group meeting, and Mr. Live is like, cause Mr. Live part of the 6 Men. You know what I'm saying? We working on his project now too. Shout out to Mr. Live. He goes, yeah, you know, I like that beat though, but you know, niggas see it. I was like, yo, man, I was like, yo, I ain't even a selfish nigga. Like, you could get on the record. Like, it doesn't like get on the record. And you know, he got on the record, and the rest is history. That's that. And then the Innocent record, me and him is actually working on a project. We've been working on a project for a while. Shout out to him. I love Innocent. I think Innocent is one of the dopest artists out. I kind of, every time we start working on the project, I'll always get sidetracked into other shit. But I really need to lock in with him, and we're going to for the next upcoming year. And this was one of the records that we had started working on. And I was like, yo, son, I said, yo, I'm working on this album. I think we should put this on this album. That way it'll get people kind of to us rocking back and forth. And, you know, he was like, yeah, it makes sense. So do it on the album. Shout out to him, you know. So that's how the features came about. Silverback raps too.
Mhm.
He's gonna be on the next one, rapping. Our follow up to Did You Die Tho will probably be either November, December. No, probably December. And it's called You Didn't Die Though.
Are you seriously putting out a album every single month? Because I know in September you already got something lined up already.
Yeah. Every month for the rest of the year. We
Oh
dropping
man.
since June.
Woo. That's a lot of work,
Yeah,
bro. That's a lot of work,
since
man.
June.
Well, make sure you guys run up this project, man. Check it out. Support real hip hop. Support Seed. He's a great brother, man. Talented. You know what I mean? We got to support each other. And yeah, make sure you check it out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Silverback Lauren.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. All right. So, you know what's so crazy is that while our interviews are airing, so much stuff be happening. It's like we be needing a side interview just for you to comment on people's reactions to our interview. Like, you know how like in reality TV, they be having like the after show where they talk about what happened. It's almost like we need like a Panda and Seed show or something like that, like after to discuss what people's reactions is. Yeah. So one of the most major things discussed in the last interview was the Kweli situation, which was, he was obviously upset about when it came out and there was some back and forth between you guys, but eventually you guys got on the phone, you were able to squash it, which despite what he thinks, I was genuinely happy for that because you guys been friends for 30 years. There's no reason why you guys should even...
No, I know you. I know you was. You was real happy. Like we spoke off the record. That situation again. I mistook something that he said that and I just asked him about it. And that's the whole long and short of what me and his whole thing was about. Everything else, to be honest, I really don't got nothing to do with. He knows that. You know that. He's not pressing me like, yo, why you fucking with Panda? You not pressing me like, yo, why you fucking with Kweli?
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I pretty much it is where it's at. That's my guy. You my guy.
For sure.
Y'all both invited to the cookout.
Well, I'm gonna say though, man, like I feel like the back and forth, it was unfortunate because it was public, and when it's public like that, especially through comments where you don't hear somebody's tone, you know what I'm saying? Things can get misconstrued and taken the wrong way. So I was glad that you guys were able to actually get on the phone and discuss things and squash it that way. You ended up releasing a video like apologizing that you ain't call him and stuff, and he reposted that. And his response was kind of like, oh, you see, you guys tried to break up Brooklyn. Brooklyn knows better, yada, yada. And he spun it that way. I feel like he ain't really take accountability for his part in it. But, at least you guys had an understanding. Like, you understood that how he felt and everything. And I guess if it's good enough for you, it should be good enough for everybody else.
Because here's the thing about that. I cannot be responsible for someone else taking accountability.
Right.
I would drive myself crazy. I can only do my part, bro, and keep it moving. I can't dwell in that. I can't dwell in, if I dwelled in that, I wouldn't be able to make all these albums. Cause I'll be dwelling in that. I feel like I'm growing as a person, just the shit that really matters to me.
But you led by example though, about showing humility, showing, when you should accept responsibility and accountability for when you're wrong, and publicly saying that though. It takes a man to be able to really admit when they're wrong.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Even that, I wasn't even trying to get no points on that. I just was doing my part. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but before I could move on, I gotta, I just feel like a person can't truly be free until they accept the negative shit that they put out. It's easy to say, oh, this person did this, that. And I'm not saying Kweli. I'm saying period.
Right.
Because I'm like that. To the point where it was like, oh, I can't be wrong. I'm super smart. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I calculate. I do this. I do that. Yeah, but it's not always the right thing. There's other people involved. And when there's other people involved, now you're dealing with other people's personalities, needs, wants, likes, dislikes, morals, or lack thereof. So it's a shaky playing field. If you coming outside to play, You have to accept this. We in the fucking music business. And friendships, come on, man. I think it's rare when friendships stay the way that they were from the beginning in the music business.
Well, just in life in
I mean,
general.
yeah, like you always be friends, but only because you grow. Yeah, and you start wanting different things. You start finding different things interesting. You start finding different things uninteresting. You know, I ain't mad at nobody, bro. Like
Mhm.
my thing is I mean, I'm still mad at Blitz because Blitz don't know how to pick up the fucking phone. But I ain't and it ain't even being mad at him. I'm just like, bro, like word, 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 word. Like that's what like one of them shits. Like with some. Yeah, you know. But me and Kweli, like that shit wasn't even nothing. That shit was just like, oh, what you mean? And then we got into it and then got on the phone and that was it.
Right. But one good thing did come from that. He did say that he was going to put you on his podcast, though.
Yeah.
Right? So hopefully that does happen and you do get the light that you deserve, bro. Even if that means that you go on there and say, fuck Panda, okay? I'm just playing. But he did recently diss me and Dayton and Diabolic on his podcast, and he took some slight jabs at Penn and Immortal Technique as well. But I really do hope that yeah, he did.
He dissed me too?
No, he didn't. He took some little jabs at Penn and Tech though. But I hope that you do get to go up there and you get to cover your story. That's what I really hope, is that he covers your story. Because not for nothing, Kweli is a good podcaster, bro. Especially when he had his the People's Party. He really did cover people's careers like that. You know, now he got
dope. Quad's dope. And our relationship in the business is really based off of being dope. Everything, like I think the wackest thing we ever did was just go at it just now. Like I'm just saying, like we just me and him just was always just around dope things, just as family. Everything was always super dope. So I'm pretty sure that if I was on his podcast, the way that he would do it would be dope. You know, just out of the mutual respect. Like we you know, just we from a certain cloth. Like he know I'm not a new nigga. So it would definitely be.
Let me tell you though, you know, it's so crazy that how not personal I took the situation with Kweli is, because like I got a side job where I promote hip hop events in New York City, right? And each week we talk about like the top events that is happening that week. He just had a residency at the Blue Note, and I picked it as one of the top events to cover for that week, to be like, Kweli is performing and this is a must-see show. So like I could have been like on some hater shit to be like, no, we not touching that. We not gonna cover it. But it's not even like that for me at all, you know? And it's not like I was obligated to cover it. It's just like, nah, like Kweli is dope. So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even personal like that for me to begin with. And then like also, you know, Copyright was my man, right? Copyright, he said to me personally, he said to me personally that, yo, you know, ever since I did your podcast, a lot of opportunities came for me after that. So then he started hanging around J. Rawls and Kweli and Dave Chappelle and everybody and stuff like that. I had told him behind the scenes before the Kweli shit really took off, I said, yo, holla at Kweli, tell him it's really not any beef, bro. It's just me asking people what happened. in their situation with Kweli, like he does with other artists, right? Copyright said he didn't want to get involved. I said, cool, I respect it, right? But he wanted to do a second interview with me, and I told him, I'm like, I don't know if Kweli is gonna like that though, because he might not, like you doing another interview with me, but this is the best look that you've gotten in a long time. So I'd rather see you win than see me get a second interview with you where I can benefit. I told him that, bro. And he said, Copy told me, this is why I love you, bro, because you really care about people in the culture. You really just want us to win. And it's not about like you just benefiting off of it. Like if I was really on some hater shit, do you think that I would really be like that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all. And yo, I I keep saying it over and over again. Like you were very concerned about if me and him was good, man. Even still to this day, like still kind of like, yo, I just want to make sure y'all good. Yeah, yo, man, like me and him good. Like we gonna be good. Like I can't see no reason really for us to really fall out now over no shit like because of who podcast I'm on or who shit I
Right.
first like on or who. It's too deep, bro. Like it's too deep. Like it ain't not from my point of view. Like I'm not even looking at it from a point of view of smoke. If it was ever smoke coming from that direction, the nigga would definitely catch me off guard, like on some jukebox catching fucking rock off guard type shit. Yeah, raising Canaan. Yeah, cause I wouldn't expect that. Nah.
But let me tell you though, Copyright had told me after that, he said that we always gonna be cool, right? Next thing you know, he unfollows me and he showed who he rocking with because of industry politics, and it's like, it's cool, bro. Like I still got love for him and still wish him nothing but the best. I get it.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it really do. So it's like I get it, But yeah, shout out to Copy, man. I wish him the best. All right, man. So next, the 38 Spesh stuff. Do you think that the battle has gone too far now?
I don't think it went far enough.
As far as because Jada didn't respond?
I'm confused. Like I mean, I know all the key points, and I'm still confused. So let's recap, right? So boom.
All right.
38 Spesh does an interview, and he says, "Yo, I feel like I've got Jada. I feel like I had the best verse on Sunday School, and we not even talking about how the nigga just basically said he had a better verse than Benny too, or Benny's own record. Like you could just basically say, yeah, I chewed this nigga up. He just looked past this nigga and we're right to kiss, right? So I feel like I got the best to Kiss on that record, and I also feel like Kiss ducking me. Yo, you think he's ducking you? Yeah, I think because I got the best of him on the record. Why else would you think he ducking me? Because he so now that's rapper bravado. That's that shit I will be on. Like so I feel him. Now Kiss replies with a couple one-liners on 2 different songs, right?
But it was still playful before then, though. You know what I'm saying? It was like still playful until I guess those one-liners. Then like that's when he Spesh came back for another interview, right?
Yeah, because what happened in that was then came Jim, talk about how because people started interjecting, talk about how yo Spesh, yo, I don't know, because they was trying to make it a New York verse, NYC, NYC versus upstate New York thing.
Right.
So, which Spesh vehemently made it clear and said that it ain't that. It's industry versus independent.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, it come all these niggas from the city and all these niggas from upstate rapping. Now, I ain't gonna front. Some of that shit was fire. Shout out to my nigga Jadakiss from Marcy. He was down with the Carter Foundation, Jay-Z and them. Bleek, Get Low. Him and this dude Green Double from I think he from Rochester. They was going back and forth on the gram. It was crazy. And they was PANDA. They was dropping their responses the next day. Like one would drop one, and then the next one would happen the next day. And they did this for like a week straight. It might have went longer than that, right? And then I end up becoming a fan of Green Double. Some of these back and forths, I become a fan of some of these niggas by hearing they back and forths. And I'm not going front, yo. I'm a Brooklyn nigga, NYC, but them upstate niggas is different. Bar-wise, they different, bro. They different. So all the shooting from the battlefield while entertaining, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm seeing a slaughter. I'm seeing them upstate niggas cleaning up. And that's just my opinion on the bar work. I'm seeing New York niggas, they handling they BI, but I'm just preferring how these niggas is putting their words together and they bar works more. So Jada and Spesh, Spesh has an opportunity to go in on Jada. You got your Summer Jam look, you got all this. He pews at Jada a little bit, but he goes full clip on Jimmy. All because Jimmy said that the nigga broke and the nigga this and the nigga that. So now that they
and he was gonna get his little mans to go at him. He was gonna sign him.
Oh, he gonna get his little mans. Now, what I'm confused about, all these niggas is saying, who is 38 Spesh? I don't know who 38 Spesh is. How? If y'all don't know who 38 Spesh is and y'all niggas is rappers, yo, man, there's no hope for us. There's no hope for us.
Do you really think that that's them being honest, or you think that's a way to try to like suppress somebody to be like, I'm above you? You know?
I don't know. I can't call it because some of these niggas really be in their own bubble, son. They really be believing that they are it, son.
Right.
And nothing else exists outside of their shit. I've seen it. Yeah, you know, like I don't know. But how you don't know about Spesh?
Regarding his diss track though, right? Spesh's diss track, do you really think that he gave his all, or you felt like he kind of took it easy?
I ain't liked it, but I'm a big 38 Spesh fan.
What didn't you like about it?
Nothing. I ain't like the beat. I thought the beat wasn't
I just felt like the BPM was too slow.
Nah, cause so was Ether.
But the his delivery was really slow though. I felt like he needed to speed it up a little bit.
I preferred when he spit that shit a cappella at Summer Jam to over the beat. I don't know, man. I've heard Spesh go crazy.
Right.
Like that nigga said, yo.
The bars weren't bad though.
They were, but for him, he said, yo, I've heard him say shit like a bullet hit him. He jumped out the chair like he knocked the father. What? I wish I said that. Bullet hit him. He jumping out the chair like he knocked the father.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't think.
That's why some people felt like the diss track was a little more strategic. Like he kind of was. He did it like not as good as he could have, so that hoping that they would respond, and then he would really hit them full force.
Yo, could be, but to be honest, that's a bad move because you see what happened. You supposed to crush your enemy, totally.
Right. 48 laws of power, baby.
Don't play with them. Like them niggas, like Jada is not nothing to play with. Now, Do I think Jada should say something? Yeah. Give that man his respect, kids. Stop acting like you don't come from. There's video of you running around saying you niggas got to put up $500,000, and this nigga said he got it. Like,
Well,
call his
before we
bluff.
get into that part, let me ask you this though. Do you think that Spesh went too far dissing Jim Jones' woman, Chrissy?
No.
So in battles for you, you feel like anything goes.
Yeah.
So he brought up Chrissy being Alpo's ex, and he put in an interview where Alpo was talking about she don't suck dick, and he said, you ain't a boss, you ain't giving out jobs, you can't even go home and get a blow job, and Jim's story faker than the one Fat Joe robbed, right? The video was funny. I gotta say, the video was pretty funny. What do you think about like Dave East taking him off the album, Price of Fame, and then like Joe Budden banning him from, the podcast because he spoke about Chrissy?
I think Davies taking him off the album, he did what he was supposed to do. That was his man. He sits with his man every day. They do business together. They break bread together. It's just not a good look.
Right. I agree.
They know each other's families. He probably just seen Chrissy. Like, they probably be around each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably look at Chrissy like a sister. So, even though all is fair, but
it would look wild if he put out the album and all of a sudden and Spesh is on it and he just
right.
Yeah, I got you.
Even though all is fair in war, right? Mm-hmm. But if that's the case too, then you could take him off the record. All is fair. As far as
Joe Budden, yeah,
I think that Spesh should be alright not being on Joe Budden. He'll be alright. I don't think he needs to be on Joe Budden to shout to Joe Budden. Like, this is, if but I'm just saying, I'm tired of these niggas acting like they the end all be alls and that's it, just because they don't like something you did or said. Like, nigga, there's a new podcast every day, baby.
But bro, if podcasts exist back then, when Joe Budden was being super controversial, this motherfucker would have been banned from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. So it's like, right. I didn't think that he should have taken.
What Pot said? You would not know what's going on.
Right.
The payback.
No, but for real though, like I just feel like Joe should know better. Like, they started saying like, this is when the blackballing is beginning. You getting taken off the album, you getting banned from the podcast and everything like that.
You can't blackball an independent artist.
You can make it hard for them though in certain ways though.
How?
Like telling other people not to fuck with them, but
38 Spesh got the streets, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you can't stop them, but you can make it hard in certain ways.
Well, if that's the case, then we all blackballed then. Because they done made it hard for independent, period. That's why I'm saying you can't blackball. We're built for this. We've been living like we being blackballed.
Right.
They've been gatekeeping, not letting us in certain shit and looking over us because our name isn't as big or this, that. They've been doing this. So I don't really see any difference of the nigga. Nah, I knew about 38 Spesh, not from watching Joe Budden.
And I know that Parks on the Joe Budden podcast, he spoke to 38 Spesh, and he said the reason why Chrissy got brought into it was because Jim Jones' man dissed Spesh's dead brother.
Dead brother, yeah.
And then Jim reposted it. So do you think that, that's fair? Like, or does no women, no kids still apply, even if you disrespect my dead family?
This ain't real death. We're talking about rapping. If the person is dead, is that a fact? Yes, the person died, and they're talking about the person. Listen, battle rap is brutal. It's battle rap. That's why if you're not built for it, then don't do it. Just rap. You know what I'm saying? Once you step into that, ain't no rules to that shit. You don't be like, yo, like, come on, man. Yo, remember To the Break of Dawn? I'm from the To the Break of Dawn school. That nigga said, LL told Ice-T, you're gonna hear a real ill paragraph soon. I took your cover right home to the bathroom. In the immortal words of LL hard as hell. Your bro wears it well. She's the reason that your album sold a few copies. But you're right. Nigga, what? He said he took that cover right home to the bathroom. Basically saying he beat off looking at Darlene on the cover.
Yeah, I know.
This is To the Break of Dawn, 1990.
Yo, but I mean, come on, like he was telling the truth. A lot of dudes did though, right? So I mean, like
I'm just saying though,
right?
bro, that was the first rap album I ever bought because of Darlene. Shout to Darlene.
You saw when Spesh said he got 500,000 on himself in a 3-round battle against Jadakiss on stage. He said they could have G-Rap, Big Daddy Kane, and Rakim be the judges. Let me ask you, what gets more hip-hop than that? Could you imagine the three of them being judges with elite lyricists like that? That would be crazy.
You know why it's not gonna happen? Yo, I saw shout to Wayno. Wayno, I like his podcast. I seen him.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's dope. He said he made a video. He was like, yo, if I was an advisor to Jadakiss is not doing that. He was like, Kiss don't have to do that. Like, why should he do that? I think he should do that because he said he would do that.
But that was years ago before.
He still said it.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that was years ago when he was more hungry. He didn't have the verses yet, right? He didn't do the verses yet. He didn't have the podcast yet.
And that said, yo, that shit is no longer valid.
What I'm saying, though, is that
we supposed to just think that?
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying now he's got more to lose because now he has so much more opportunities. His stock done went up. You got to admit,
I was about to go there.
Verses and since the podcast, his stock has gone up, right? That's why his own son said, yo, it's not 500,000 anymore. It got to be like $1 million plus now.
Yeah. I was just about to go there. Like he has a lot to lose now. And the fact that he could. That's the part everybody's not talking about.
Right. But you got to also think though, like
don't sleep on Spesh.
Right. But Jadakiss's legacy is solidified already, right? And even though Spesh has been here and put out like 30 albums independently and everything, his name hasn't really received notoriety more until recent years. So he's still fighting for his spot. He's still hungry like that. So you got to be careful when you going against somebody super hungry, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they gonna bring.
Let me ask you a question, right? Let's talk monetarily in business for a second, right? We're talking about an independent artist that does very well for himself. How hungry you think he is? As far as that, as far as wanting to be known and this, that, and the third. I think he just liked the thrill of the fight. I think the nigga get paper independently.
Oh yeah, I mean, I interviewed M80. Yeah. M80 is this guy, so I know.
Yeah,
you know?
like that's what I'm saying. Like, he's different from me as an independent artist, or that guy as an independent artist, or that guy. Like, Spesh is different. Spesh one of those independent artists that if this was the 90s, Spesh would be one of them guys because he's got the character. He's got the like the whole like the old gangster movies from back in the day style of rap. I love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what wins. And then there's bars in there, like serious bars. So he could I would like to see it as a barsmith and as somebody who loves hip hop and loves all this shit. I would like to see it.
Yeah, but we can't expect Jada just to do it for the culture, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
Because
can.
he got so much more to lose than Spesh does. Because, like, say if Spesh loses, right? People gonna be like, "Yeah, we knew you was gonna lose" or whatever, right? If Jada loses, some people will still defend it and be like, "Nah, he ain't really lose, see, because of this and this and this and whatever," you know, or they'll justify it, or people will be more surprised, more shocked. You know, they'll be like, "Damn, like, but that's Jada, like, how he lose against somebody like that we claim to not know as much." You know, I mean,
Shout
I
to
definitely
Spesh.
want to see it. I definitely want to
Yeah.
see it. But let me ask you though, if it were to happen, who do you see winning? Who would you put your money on?
Kiss.
You would put your money on Kiss. You don't think
Yeah.
that he's gotten too comfortable now sitting there on his podcast chair or anything like that?
I think Kiss is forever a problem. The shit is not. I'm a writer, right? This shit is like riding a bike. Like this shit ain't something that. It's not basketball where you get old and LeBron's gonna have to fucking retire soon because you getting old. This ain't that. Like I think he's great, and I think that if it come down to a blood sport, he is serious. Now, a bloodbath? No. Will Spesh get some licks in? Pause. Hell yeah, because I think Spesh is super dope. Like he's one of the ones,
Okay,
bro.
I get what you're saying, but let me ask you this though, right? Somebody like Spesh, most of his time is in the studio making music, right? Putting his work into bars. He don't have a podcast to go to consume part of his time.
Panda, you don't know what Kiss is doing. Kiss could be writing in his phone all the time.
Oh, you make a good point.
This is what I'm saying. Like you just because you don't see it don't mean it don't happen. Niggas that rap, son. Like Pens right. Just because they're like Joe Budden's writes. Best believe he still.
You think he still writes?
Best believe he still, whether he records or not, but best believe he still writes, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way you could pay me any amount of money to believe that these niggas don't got bars here and there and still be writing. It's who we are, son.
Right.
Whether you record it or not, that's another thing. But and then Jada's still active. Yeah, he's got all these things going on, but he could get called for a feature at any time. He could be in a situation at any time. He's still an active entertainer. So he's got to keep that part of his sword sharp. That's the sword that got him in. I remember something where somebody said something to him one time, and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta do some, what do you say, some samurai shit, something to that effect." Like he know what he got to do. So I think Jada's okay, man.
You know, it's kind of funny though, because like when I had interviewed M80, this was before the 500,000 battle even got brought up. I asked him, I said, bar for bar, who would you put your money on, or who do you think would win though? And Spesh is his man. He even said Jada too. And I agree though. I if I had to put my money on anybody, I think in the end I would still put my money on Jada though. You know?
Yeah, you know why too? Also, I don't want Jada to lose nothing. I don't think Spesh wants Jada to eat. We all love Jada.
Right.
Spesh love Jada. Everybody loves Jada, son. Like, how you don't love Jadakiss?
But I think that they could make way more money because you think about it. Spesh is saying he's betting 500,000. That's his own personal money. You mean to tell me they couldn't get some battle league or some major corporations to sponsor an event, have a fucking, you know, pay to watch it live type of shit? People will pay for tickets to show up to the event too, and they get paid through that too, in addition to them betting money? Like,
I'm sure they can, but they have to have both parties agree to it. But both parties will have to agree to it.
Right. Well, what I'm saying though is M80 got enough connections too. He could definitely get them both paid in some way. Shit.
But like you said,
Let me and Seed be the commentators at the event and stuff. We're reporting live here. 38 specials just showed up in the building.
let us interview them pre-battle.
Right. Seed, yo, you're gonna have to have that suit on, that death row suit that you got.
Gotcha. Word. And I'm gonna wear a kufi.
I'm gonna wear a kufi. That's wild, man.
Camouflage.
What did you think of Fat Joe warning Spesh saying, if you diss me, then you will run into the militia?
Militia.
And then Spesh saying
The landmines.
yeah, the specials backstage at Summer Jam mocking him and everything. Does Joe have a point to feel that way? Or you think that he shouldn't?
Yo, man, I love Joe. I love Fat Joe. I just think that Fat Joe be super gangster all the time. Like, yo, nigga, you got a fucking podcast. Y'all fucking sit and laugh and joke and talk about people all fucking day. Like, why you mad if somebody say something or mention you or like, come on, son. Like, why you fucking mad? What you mad? Why you even threatening a militia or any landmines? Like to me, that just.
Well, he could be talking about his entourage. A lot of times people, you know, they try to prove themselves. They try to like show their
he don't
worth.
got no control.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like even necessarily, I'm not even just talking about Joe, but just rappers in general. They don't always even call for it, but it's like they mans might just step out and do something like, yo, I heard dude said something about you and I saw him in the street. I caught him, you know, just to try to prove a point. And he said the militia, you know, the landmine. Maybe that's what he was talking about. I don't know, but.
Well, as of today, 38 Spesh has been very safe as far as I know.
Well, I mean, Spesh, I'm sure got tons of dudes
and
too.
he hasn't doubled back neither.
Right.
So
I mean, he dissed them in the diss track.
Right. And he mocked the militia.
Right.
And I haven't seen anything happen militia-wise.
And then you see it's gotten real messy because they start putting out the snitching allegations against Spesh, which got disproved. And then, you know, the old rumors of Fat Joe allegedly, you know, snitching. They had put somebody, I think from upstate, had came on video, said you got 12 hours to respond. Like, who is Scott Spina? That was the guy that did the sneaker store with Joe.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So that whole situation got messy. That's why I was asking you, do you think that it's gone too far now where somebody could actually get hurt in the streets?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that, like in terms of people taking shit that really shouldn't, that's really nothing, to a whole nother level. Because again, like I said, like Fat Joe likes to be super gangster in every situation, but it shouldn't even be that. You laugh and giggle at everybody on your podcast. Why you can't do that when it's about you? Just take it on the fucking chin, bro. Like this is rap, this hip hop. Anybody could fucking get it. It doesn't mean you pussy. It doesn't mean you like, nobody said you're a pussy. Like, you don't have to exert yourself. Like, just because somebody might feel like they rap better than you or whatever, you doing this, it doesn't mean they think you're a pussy unless they say, yo, you know what? I think Fat Joe is pussy.
Right.
Nobody said that. So all that extra shit, like, no, it's extra.
And I think that you got a point too. Like, once you start entering the content space and you see you doing things for content, obviously, because if you have a podcast, you want to discuss certain topics because you know it's going to get hits, right? Can you really blame other people now when they discuss you? You're a public figure, there's news around you and everything like that. It's like, nah, this is gonna get discussed whether you like it or not, right? When back then people wrote articles about you, or they was on actual networks like MTV talking about what happened, right? Now you got people making content from it.
It's a fact.
But
it's a fact.
Did Spesh have a point about the song with DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, and Jada Aroma saying he don't want to hear no 50-year-olds talking about the smell of drugs, and Jadakiss dissing him on there, and he's a real drug dealer. He said they should be talking about the drugs that's keeping them alive, like the
Meanwhile, Spesh
prescriptions.
is in his 40s.
Right.
Listen, man.
Well, they ain't like 55 though, right? Well, I guess it's like 10 years.
Jada's not. Jada's my age. Jada's 51. 51, 52, some shit like that.
I think Joe is like 55.
Yeah, Joe is.
Yeah.
So I think that these niggas, if they've been around it before, you could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they haven't, then there's no authenticity there. I feel like that's where I feel like if you 90 years old and you're recalling the smell of crack aroma, nigga didn't talk about it. He didn't say he's doing that right now in the song. He just said, yo, he's smelling crack aroma. He didn't say, yo, I smell crack aroma in my when I woke up this morning. Nigga ain't say that. Like, this is entertainment. I think Spesh was reaching with that. He was reaching.
I think Joe's reputation has always been he's like a hit maker, A&R type, like behind the scenes, right? Like he chooses the right beat. He makes those bigger records. But I think if he really wanted to mess up people's mind, he should respond with a diss track. I'm not saying he could cook Spesh, but I'm saying that it would really surprise people if he did, though.
Oh. Yeah, I like Joe though. I like Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe is a pillar for New York. I feel like you can't say like top 25 out of New York and not say Fat Joe. That's how I feel.
From a lyrical standpoint, or you just mean like impact overall?
All that shit. Put it all together. Like, what we talk about? Like, because in order to be in the top 25, you have to have a little of both. You can't just be nice with the pen. If that's the case, then nigga, I'm top 25.
Right.
Like you have to have some sort of impact, some sort of you know, to be there. And I feel like Fat Joe should be there. Yeah, man. Yeah. He brought us a lot of shit. He repped New York, even though he lived in Miami. But that nigga quit on for New York.
Do you think he should drop a diss track though?
I don't think it's necessary, but I would like to hear it. Well, matter of fact, let me change that. It is necessary. Because this nigga got a name and he called you out. So I think it is necessary. But Fat Joe's not gonna do it because Fat Joe know what type of fighter he would be fighting, jumping in the ring with. That's why he talk about the militia, the landmines. He would want to do something physically to the nigga because he's not gonna be able to touch this nigga rap rock. That's what niggas do too. That's what niggas do. Like,
I know you said top 25, but does it still count if you've allegedly had ghostwriters throughout your career?
Look, man, listen. I wasn't there. I don't know. And I'll put it like this too. MC Lyte is in my top 25. And it's been brought to my attention, she ain't write all that beginning shit. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I wasn't there. you know what I'm saying? Like I think people pick and choose what they will allow and what they won't allow. Me so much, I used to worry about shit like that. All I could worry about as far as an artist is what I'm doing. I feel like as a fan, I want to be entertained. I do not want where I'm at. I do not want to have to sit there like, well, I wonder if he wrote it. I wonder if it kills it for me.
Right.
It kills it. Like, yo, man, like it's too like I want to. So I think when people start doing that, they're automatically trying to kill the music. I've never had a ghostwriter in my life. I never would. I have ghostwritten before, and I didn't really feel good about that. You know. So, but as far as the things that I like that catch my ear, I don't give a fuck who wrote what.
All right.
Eazy-E, crazy. It's one of my favorite rappers. He's top 25, period.
Now, I'm going to shift into this, all right? So when we talking battle-wise, though, does it matter if the bars are true with what you're saying about your opponent? Or does it just matter the angle that you're taking and you making them look bad and stuff like that? Because, see, for example, your man Kweli and Mickey Factz were having a discussion about this on his podcast, right? On Mickey Factz podcast, talking about now in battle rap, you sign up for that. Sometimes like the angles people take is not true, but on wax, it's different. And, you know, some of the claims that he made against Dayton was saying that, yo, he wasn't telling the truth completely. But then like other people, I saw like a interview with Glasses Malone and Bootleg Kev. They were talking about the Drake and Kendrick battle, and they were saying, well, was it ever proven that Drake was really hiding a daughter or something like that? Does it matter, or does it just, it matters that Kendrick made him look bad? You know what I mean? Did we ever really find out that Tupac fucked Faith Evans? Did we ever find out that Jay-Z left condoms on Nas's kid's baby seat? You know, or the bar just hit so hard that it didn't matter anymore?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not. You know why it doesn't matter? Because there's so many different approaches to writing, right? Especially in writing a diss track or anything of that nature, right? So boom, you might say, hold on, let me think of a song. Unless like you take like Against All Odds by Tupac, right? Now, that record, when you listen to that record, he's telling a story from beginning to end. He's dissing niggas in the story, but he's telling a story. That was his approach. There's really no way. It's not bars, really. It's a story, right? I mean, it's bars, but it's not bars in the sense of it's a punchline. Yeah. Leading up to the punchline and whatever. But so then you have a record like To the Break of Dawn, like we was just talking about, right? L said, before you rap, you was a downtown car thief, working in a parking lot. A brother with a perv deserves to get burned. Tell me how you like your coke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do we know that this nigga was working in a parking lot? I've never heard that. But these are lines that get thrown in there, like, were you abused as a child, scared to smile, they called you ugly?
Right.
Is it confirmed? I mean, Jay-Z wasn't the most handsomest child, so it's probable he was called ugly, but it's implied. Like, were any of us there?
But
did he get hugs? He might have got hugs.
Part of it, though, I feel like is a cultural shift because of the internet, because of content creation, because then fans started really analyzing the lyrics to things and putting out videos, and then like people are interacting with each other. Before, it's like you were like, this is barbershop talk with your friends and whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And then it became almost like a niche in itself where it's like the fans really got obsessed and we're talking about it constantly, and you know what I'm saying? And that's where people are like, oh, it does matter that if it's true or not. There's an obsession with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's retarded because, yeah, I think that there might be some things that are true and some things that's not. I think that if you're gonna diss somebody for it to really be effective, I think that you gotta know how to write and how to walk that line. The facts, you detail the facts, and the stuff that's not true, you make sure that they're not damning, just not, I don't want to say filler, but they're supporting bars. Unless you're gonna do a story, you're approaching it like a story, like how Pot did with Against All Odds.
I don't think that people should say that, like, if it's not true, it's completely disqualified or whatever. But for example, like when Pusha T dissed Drake, right? The story of Adidon, whatever that was, right? That shit he said was true though, right? And he proved it, and like it hit harder because there was facts to back it up that, yo, you really did have a kid that we ain't know about with this girl that had some questionable history, and then, you know, the album cover or the single cover and everything like that. Like the angle that he took and how there was facts to put behind it, it hit harder. So it almost like it weighed more, you know? But I don't think you should say like, oh, like just because there's not evidence to prove it, that it's just disqualified, you know, because it's about being entertained at the end of the day.
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to get on a, it depends on what you're saying though.
Right.
Like when you're writing, like if you're getting up there, you're like, oh, this motherfucker is a rapist, or this person is a mass murderer, or he's this, and that's not true. Like that's crazy. But if you up there like, yo, this motherfucker steals hubcaps, it's some funny shit. Like it's shit that ain't true, but it just depends on how you're writing. Like you gotta be careful in what you be responsible in your writing.
Right.
That's
Well,
all.
okay. So, like for example, then in the Kendrick and Drake situation, now it hasn't been proven that Drake was messing around with minors or whatever, but that was one of the big sticking points of the diss track, right? Was like, oh, you got people in your crew that are suspect, or you've done suspect things in regards to the age of women that you messing with. So that's a serious allegation. That's a serious jacket to put on somebody.
It is. It is. And again, you gotta be responsible in your writing, because that's something that's gonna carry over. There's still people that believe it. Like whether it's true or not, like again, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But there's people that actually believe it. And that's unfortunate if it's not true.
Right. Right while he eating. My bad. All right.
Yo, nothing better than vanilla grandma cookies.
Grandma cookies.
They need to cut me a check because I keep them in business.
So M80 started beefing with Dame Dash.
Shout to M80.
You saw the situation, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I didn't understand it because it's like, okay, first of all, why? Like,
well, the Dame got involved in the whole Porsche truck Ruck and 38
Right.
Spesh situation, right?
Right.
He thought that he didn't fully understand how the beef began, and he thought, oh, is it M80 that somebody that is quote unquote not from our culture that is causing this division?
Right.
And he got on the phone with Porsche truck Ruck and was like, yo, you know, I'm trying to see if he's the reason why. And that created a whole thing where like M80 went off and started, you know, sending shots at him and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I guess
Dame said that he spoke to Spesh,
right.
and Spesh basically was like, basically he petered that nigga. Like he petered him like Jesus. He was basically like, I don't know. Yo, you gonna deny me 3 times, Peter? Jesus told Peter. Peter was like, nah, I'm never gonna deny you. What happened? He denied him 3 times. That's basically what he did. I don't fuck with M80. I don't work that.
That's what Dame claimed happened.
Yeah, that's what Dame claims, right?
Right.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it at all when I first heard Dame saying that.
Yeah,
I didn't get
it
a one part of me that made me believe that shit. And I think that that's very corny of Dame to do that, to lie about that. Yeah, that's fucked up. And I think that M80 got every right to want to put pause on him. Nigga, you lied. Like, you just straight up lying, bro. Why?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully though, they ended up squashing their situation. But what I didn't like though is, because I'm the type of person, the apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. So if you disrespected me super loud with this clip showing everybody, you claiming I'm a culture vulture, all types of stuff, right? And then like all of a sudden we squash it behind the scenes, but you're not gonna announce
it. You can't apologize for the lie. You lied.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But he never came out. I didn't see no stories. I didn't see no posts of him saying I was wrong about M80 or anything like that. I didn't see that.
Again, we talked about accountability earlier.
Right.
Okay. Accountability is the hardest thing for people, bro.
I told 80, make sure that the apology is as loud as the, you know, as the disrespect. But it seems like they cool now, and you know, they ain't got no problems, which is good. But I just wish that Dame had actually came out, because I think it would have made him look better, honestly. Because Dame showing humility and being like, yo, you know what? I was wrong about that.
You'll never see that.
Which is sad, bro. Which is sad, man.
Yo, you be wanting, like, you want the devil to be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just take accountability for fucking up the world for 2,000 years. My bad, Panda. Yo, it's not gonna happen, son.
Right.
Not gonna happen. I feel you.
Yeah. What I'm saying though is because, you know, we're in the era where it's like people are just gonna believe a narrative that is pushed because of who said it, right? Dame got a bigger name than M80. So they're gonna be like, well, if Dame said it, it must be true. And people not gonna always do their due diligence to do the research. Oh, they actually squashed it. Oh, you know, he was wrong and everything. They just gonna see that more popular video that he called him a culture vulture and go off of that. So that's why I'm saying it would be more responsible of Dame to be like, yo, I was wrong, and have the same energy for that, bro. But I get what you're saying though. It's not gonna happen.
Never.
Never. I need a special PSA or something like that, man. You're gonna tarnish somebody's name like that. And it's funny though, because M80 had just did that interview with me where he could have really shit on Dame, but he didn't though. He showed a lot of respect to Dame, and then this situation happened though. So I feel for him, man.
If Dame cannot admit where he went wrong with his peoples publicly, why M80 think he gonna get a putt? Like,
I mean, you're right. You know, I don't think that M80 necessarily thought that he was gonna get a public apology. I just personally told him like, you should get one though, you know. But if he's cool with whatever resolution they came to, then who am I to be mad at it? You know what I mean?
Tomorrow should be Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately,
right.
you know, that's just how it works sometimes.
All right. Well, speaking of Cameron and Dame, right? So Cameron ended up exposing Dame, saying that they got a mutual friend, and the mutual friend told him that Dame said he will stop dissing Cam if Cam sends him some money. So Cam straight up said Dame is trying to extort him. Like, bro, that is, if that's true, okay, because we don't know
It
if
was
it's
like,
true or
run it
not.
up, nigga.
Yeah, but if it is true, that is terrible, bro. Like, I mean, that's a new level of low if that's
I
true.
mean, first of all, I think the word extortion is because, of course, that's the legal term for it, of course. But I don't think Dame is like, yo, I'm extorting this nigga. Because, yo, bro, like, it's not even hurting Cam. Like, it's not like what he's doing hurts Cam. It keeps Cam in the algorithm. This is, it's almost to the point where I think they're in cahoots. Like, because, bro, like, that shit doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, send me some money and I'll stop talking about you. In the internet era? Nigga, I ain't sending you shit. All that shit gonna do is boost. It is what it is. And talk with Flea and ESPN and whatever this nigga Cam doing. You know, so
I kind of believe him though. I kind of believe Cam because I've seen an interview with Dame where they asked him if he could squash the beef with Cam, and he
I
said,
believe it.
He said, "Well, maybe if he sent me some money or something like that." You know, so
I believe
it's like
true, but I don't think it was from an extortion point of
from
view.
a technical, like basically what is the meaning of the word extortion. I mean, I think it's kind of true that it does qualify as extortion. Now, is it enough to bring charges upon him? No.
But that form of extortion only work with broads though.
Right.
Because yo, girls of extorting other girls like, ooh, I'm gonna tell your man, and that's that type shit. Like because real extortion is yo, something that is going to hurt the other person.
Well,
So
how
it's
do
a
we know
threat.
though what he got behind the scenes? What if he really got some other dirt on Cam?
Cam is saying, go ahead, run it up, nigga. Cam's an Aquarius like me, son.
Oh, here we go.
I love Cam, son.
Yo, here we go. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Petty shit. Like,
yeah,
bro,
it
go ahead,
definitely
run that
is.
shit up. Fuck you telling me about that shit for? Run it up.
But don't you think that this doesn't, if they were in cahoots, right? I don't really think that this makes Dame look better, though. It doesn't make him look good at all. It makes him look bad. I mean, it keeps his name in the algorithm, which is good for him, but
Yeah,
it doesn't make him.
What looks good doesn't always make money.
That's true.
So maybe son had a epiphany like, look, I'm 55, 60 years old. Nigga, I don't give a fuck at this point. I just want the money. This is the thing, man. Like, everybody got their reasons, man, for everything. Whether we agree with their reasons or not, but everybody got their reason. Maybe he's really hurting for some money. And he said, maybe it was a joke. But maybe it was a joke and the friend took it out of proportion.
That's true. That's true.
Like you know, oh, tell a nigga send me some money, I'll shut up. Fuck face ass nigga. Maybe it was a joke.
Also about Cam, did you see Cameron dissing Vic Mensa? Because Vic had came out and was talking about, oh, you know, I love Cam, but how you gonna call Africans stinky and deny like your African lineage and everything like that? And Cam was like, I was on vacation and you made me have to come out and talk about you, like why you got a Rockefeller tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like Vic was really
He wasn't.
he wasn't like trying to hate on him or do anything out of malice, but it's kind of like the way that he did it, like Cam just was like brutal, bro. Like he was like, "Would you try to kick knowledge?"
Yeah.
Like,
He was like, yo, let me Google this nigga. He kept saying, what's his name? What's his name? The dude on the shot. That's why I keep saying, yo, it's a real Aquarius shit. Bro, I be laughing when I see this nigga because how the nigga just laughs everything off and yo, bro, like real talk. Like, for example, right? I'm dropping an album September 1st. The album is called Date Night at the Range, right? You inspired this album, Panda.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you did. Not really even so much you, but your platform was the catalyst.
Right.
Because of all the people that was in the comments talking they shit.
I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna pull up on you.
You gonna pull up. You gonna do this to me. You're not. You niggas not gonna do shit, nigga. You know why I know you're not gonna do shit? Because your regular life, you be playing Call of Duty. Now, when I sit down and play, I play the game. Nigga, I play the game. Nigga, I got my PlayStation signed by Ghostface. You heard?
Right.
Right. I play the game. You know what I'm saying? I play Resident Evil. I shoot zombies and shit, nigga. But I play 2K. But when it's time to shoot, date night is on the range, nigga. Niggas is getting nice. Shorty getting nice. So basically, that's me trolling back. Like, yo, man, y'all niggas is I be having date night at the range. What y'all niggas be doing? So it's the same shit. Like, dude trolled this nigga back. Like, yo, let me Google this nigga. Like, who's this nigga? Who's this? Vic Mensa? Mensa? What are you talking? And then he played, and then in the video, Vic grabbing the camera.
And then it's like
First
pointing
of all,
up. And the way that he was pointing up at the pictures, it looked like this guy here. Looked like this.
First of all, Vic Mensa, I don't care, man. Listen, I think that it's very dope you got that tree. I wish I had me a tree in the back that got some fruit on there. Shit is fire. But peeling fruit while talking about a man, you're not jacking that.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not the biggest Vic Mensa fan. Like, I'm not really up on him like that, right? The last time I really remember seeing him was when he was talking to academics, talking about he wanted to smack the shit out of academics on, remember?
Yeah, I saw that.
On the Joe Budden shit.
He was on The Shy too.
Right.
I had stopped watching The Shy when he came on too.
But I remember his aura, his persona, his mannerisms when he was talking to Ack. So I'm expecting this rah type of energy, right? So when he just peeling the fruit and he talking like that, I was like, wait, this the same guy? I was like, I was confused.
He can rap though.
No, I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he
can't.
can't.
Yeah, bro.
But
yeah,
it just confused me for a second, right? And then Cam just made it so much worse because he was like, I don't trust guys that be taking pictures like this. And then the way that he
squinting and shit.
Oh man, he did him dirty, bro. He did him dirty, right? And then next thing you know, he put up that video on social media, on Instagram, where Vic did some cross-dressing and putting on makeup and a wig and everything. Yep. And
I was about to say that.
He was singing like that pop rock style of the 2000s. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because he tried to switch up.
Right.
He tried to switch up because the music shit was he was one of them emo rappers too. Like he was but he had bars, but it's wild. Like I remember Big Mensa, like seeing him around and you're like, oh, Sunker rap, and then you see interviews and shit and going through shit and mental health and how the game is or whatever, and it kind of made him switch lanes and do the other type of music or whatever. Shout to Vic Mensa. Like shout to the nigga.
All I'm saying though is that I think Cam kind of took it a little too far. It ain't called for all that. You know what I mean?
It's never too far, Panda.
It ain't called for all that. He ain't got to do him like that because Vic, I think, is a true Cam fan, and he wasn't. But he even said that. Remember, Cameron was all like, "Yeah, but that's what they be doing. They be saying they fans of you and everything, but they be on the low making little comments and stuff." So that's why he just.
Yo, what was the first shit Cam said? He said, "Yo, I wish people would leave me alone."
Right.
Bro, just leave a nigga alone like that. There's certain niggas that if you just don't say their name, you ain't got to worry about it. Just don't say this nigga's name. Because the niggas are, I'm telling you, I know because I'm one of them.
And you know what? Cam been like this for a long time, but like him having a platform to make content and everything, it's gotten to another level now where he knows that this is going to get attention too, and it's perfect, you know what I mean, for another topic to talk about too. So, yeah, I would leave that alone. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. The nigga got jokes. He been funny, son.
Right. All right, man, this next one. Benzino recently posted a video talking about 50 Cent announcing him and Eminem got a song coming out with Tupac. Now, Rick Ross had said, Pac been dead for 30 years. Let that man rest in peace. Why y'all doing that? Right? Benzino was saying, would Tupac as a Black Panther really have done a song with Eminem after the tapes of him being young, saying the N-word and everything like that? Yes. Zeno said he may have done a song with 50, but doesn't think he would with M. What are your thoughts on that situation?
He absolutely would have did a song with Eminem and probably would have did a few songs with Eminem. I think Pac would have definitely questioned Eminem about that. I have no doubt in my mind about that. Again, I don't know him, but from what I do know of him, I believe that would have definitely been a conversation they would have had. He would have definitely pressed him about that. But I think M would have explained what it was. Pop would have accepted it. And I think that they would have worked. Yeah, 100%.
We have to remember Tupac's mom entrusted Eminem to produce the majority of the Loyal to the Game album,
100%.
right? After the racist 100%. Tape controversy. So if Tupac's mom, who was a Black Panther, was able to forgive Eminem, then I feel like Tupac would have as well.
Benzino just hates Eminem, son. That's all.
I mean, shout out to Benzino, man. I'm probably gonna get a call about this. I'm probably gonna get a text about this. Shout out to my.
You know Benzino?
Oh yeah, I rock with Benzino, man. I mean, like we talk behind the scenes and stuff like that. Like I see him doing this thing. He got Straight from the Source podcast that he doing on his own now. He just did a podcast with Kim Osario talking about old source stories. I think was dope. You know, I personally do wish that he would let the Eminem thing go. You know, because it's just been so long. But they did recently, like the last few years, trade some shots on some songs and whatnot. So I don't know, man. It might be one of those things like it's like a Ja Rule 50 Cent situation, you know?
I think Zeno needs to just leave it alone. It don't look good on him. And only because, I mean, he could feel how he feel.
Right.
But I don't think that it's a beef that's going anywhere. Like usually in war, there has to be some sort of, I don't think it's it. Just like Ja and 50. I think that shit should just be deaded too. And like, as a, sometimes I feel like it is, and that they just doing their own thing, but then something will happen, and then it'll kind of reignite. But super long beef really is counterproductive, especially when you're damn near a senior citizen. Like for us, we're damn near senior citizens, and for us to be having 30-year-long beefs is insane. If you're not really willing to go to the mattresses over this shit, let it go. Let it go.
No, I'm gonna say I'm a big Eminem fan, big 50 Cent fan. You know, Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time. I got a lot of respect for what Benzino did with the Source magazine and the stuff that he doesn't get credit for, like the Source Awards and the Source hits. They had those albums that they was putting out too. Like a lot of times people try to discredit the different stuff that he's done because of the beef with Eminem. And I get it if like somebody's your favorite rapper and stuff, but I feel like it's always better if people can just be like not biased. You know what I'm saying? Like and just like recognize that look, you can feel how you do about a situation, about somebody you don't like that he dissing Eminem or whatever, but don't discredit the whole man as far as what he's done for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And
what's your favorite Pac song?
Oh man.
If you had to just pick one.
Wait, but before we go into that, did you hear the Tupac and Benzino song? Because he actually has a
I didn't
song.
hear the rap.
He recorded a song with Tupac in the studio.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you could look it up on YouTube. Shit is dope too. Yeah, but if I had to choose my favorite Tupac song of all time, just one song, bro, that's just too hard. It's easier if I choose an album, but like, man, just one song, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's real hard, man. What about you?
Straight Ballin'.
Oh man. I'm up before the sunrise, first to hit the block.
You better.
With a pocket full of rocks. Yeah, no, that Thug Life album is one of my favorite albums, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that Thug Life album is really underrated for Tupac, you know? Yeah,
I like when he be like, how do you survive when you're born 65 in the city where the skinny niggas die?
Tell mama don't cry,
cause even
when
if they
kill me.
you never take from a real deep, a straight ballin'. Nigga, that shit is fire, nigga. Nigga, that beat is fire, nigga. He bouncing on that shit too, bro. Yo, fire.
For real. Yeah, no, I almost like that Tupac sound of that time when he had that kind of production more than the Death Row sound. You know what I mean? And afterwards, even though Machiavelli is one of my favorite Tupac albums, though, just because of like that was him at his prime in a way. You know what I mean? Like because it was right before he died. But yeah, man, like that. That's why I like the Remember Me albums and shit like that, because it has those cuts where it's like on the original like Johnny J beats and everything. Yeah.
Johnny J is wild because Johnny J knew Pac's pocket.
Exactly.
Like he was probably the best producer for Pac. Not saying Pac couldn't adapt to anybody,
right?
Because Pac was incredible. But I think the one producer who like knew Pac spiritually, musically. I mean, like a musical marriage, it was Johnny J, bro. 100%.
Yeah, man. And it's really unfortunate they fallen out and shit because of Death Row, and then Johnny J ended up, committing suicide years later and stuff. So that's really unfortunate, man. Rest in peace
R.I.P. both of them.
Yeah, both of them brothers, man.
Legend.
But yeah, you should check out that Benzino and Tupac record, man, for sure. But let me ask you this though, okay? Does Rick Ross have a point that they should not be making a record with Tupac 30 years later, even if the Tupac estate is calling for it or allowing it?
No, I think that Rick Ross just hating because he don't got. Because
if it was him on the record, he probably would be all like, boss,
Yeah, boss.
C's.
Yo, I'm on the record with Tupac.
Right.
You know what it is, 50. You ain't on the record with Tupac. I'm on my boat. You know what I'm saying?
Carol City Cartel.
Word. The biggest boss.
Right. For real.
Yeah. He hating, bro.
Kendrick Lamar versus The Game. Now, they've had a shaky relationship over the years. Things have been unconfirmed but suspected until recently it came out through Stat Quo and the company man. Shout out to them. Stat Quo confirmed that, Game has felt the way about things for a long time, and so has Kendrick. Top Dog from TDE called Stat Quo and told him to make sure he let the people know the real reason why Kendrick don't fuck with Game is because Game did that song 100 with Drake back in 2015, and they recorded the music video on Cedar Block in Compton. And on the song, Drake does diss Kendrick by saying, I would have all your fans if I didn't go pop and I stayed on some conscious shit. Now, remember, Kendrick was being very competitive 2 years prior, and he did the Control verse, and he said, Big Sean, Drake, J. Cole, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you, dudes and whatever. Trying to make sure your core audience never heard of you and all that. Like, how do you feel about the situation?
I think that it's valid. I think Kendrick's feelings about it is valid. Like, this guy fucking comes to Compton, disses me on a record with you. It's bad enough y'all got the record. I can't really say too much about that. You do records with whoever you want to do, that's cool. But the nigga dissed me on the record and you doing it in my hood? So, well, not my hood, my city.
Right.
So let me make that clear. I don't want them that shit. New York, it's different in LA. Hood and city, two different things. The hood is in the city. Like in
next
New
thing
York,
you know,
can say,
in the comments, they're gonna be correcting you and everything. Be
word,
like, whoa, what you gonna say? Like,
so let's get that clear, right? So I think Kendrick's valid for that. And to be honest with you, I think Game been jealous of Kendrick, bro. You could see it in Game eyes, bro. Game wanted to be that guy from Compton and the one to hold it down. When Kendrick blew, this tripped him out. And what really fucked Game up is that he blew and it wasn't no gangster shit. He took it over there. See, Game's thing was, this is Compton. Our talent starts and ends with fuck the police, nigga. No, it don't. Like Kendrick went and showed like, there's artistic sides to the people in Compton. That was the real allure of him. Because it was like, he was intelligent. Yeah, he grew up around it, but why did that guy grow as crazy as Compton? I've heard Compton being all this time. Why he ain't fuck with it? Let me hear his story. I heard all y'all's story out there. Let me hear his story, his perspective of being around it and why he didn't. But that's his allure, B. You know, whether
how they
like
say like Nas is more of a poet than like a participant. The way that
100%.
I feel like Kendrick is like that for the West Coast, though.
100%. Nas was not out there banging in Queensbridge. He wasn't. He says he wasn't.
Right.
That was his brother. That was Jungle. Jungle was out there. Not saying Nas was pussy. I think Nas was actually a little more active than Kendrick was as far as being out in the street. I could be wrong. I don't know, but this is just my assessment. And I think Game is just very jealous of Kendrick because of that.
But can you say that even though that he took him on tour and there was a situation where they were on stage and he passed the crown to Kendrick and everything?
He's super jealous. What was he gonna do? Not do that?
I mean, he didn't have to help him and take him on tour though, right?
Why not?
there was
He
no
was
like.
supposed to be the face, so that's what you're supposed to do. See, Game did what he was supposed to do, but he ended up getting jealous. When you pass the baton, you're passing the baton. You can't still have the baton, Game. You passed it. If that was the case, then don't pass the baton. Bro, that's like if I give you my phone. Here, Panda, take my phone. And I'm still like, yo, Panda, why you answering my phone? Why you did it? Nigga, I gave you my fucking phone. I can't be like, you know what I'm saying?
Or do you think that he never thought that Kendrick would be as big as he is? Pause.
I don't
That
think
he
it
would
matters.
become more famous and more known.
Maybe he
as
didn't, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the fact is, as a big homie, you did what you were supposed to do by taking him out there, so he can hang his hat on that.
right.
You know, like, yeah, man, like, yo, you did what you were supposed to do.
But what I'm saying
You
is that
looked out for
sometimes
the
people
guy.
help you and they still want to control like how far, like you and I had personal conversations. Like sometimes people only want you around if they can control how big that you get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now in the past, we've heard Game talk about he asked Top Dog like, yo, let me sign Kendrick. Let me get Kendrick and stuff like that. Sometimes people want to do that so that they can control how famous or how big that they get. I don't think that Game ever thought that Kendrick was going to become the face of Compton over him. Maybe because
Of course not.
Yeah.
Nobody ever thinks that. You think you're invincible. This nigga, yo, listen, we're talking about the same guy that would do fucking thirst traps on Instagram with his drawers on for the girls. Consistently. I had to unfollow the nigga. And I love Game. I followed him back when he stopped doing that shit. But I had to end up.
Bro, you know what's
I
so
had to
funny is
follow the
that I
nigga.
did the same thing though. I had to unfollow because I was like, bro, I don't want to fucking open my phone and see this shit. Because then, like, what if
First
like
thing in the morning.
right, your homies is around? They're like, what the fuck is you looking at? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And then low key, it break your heart when you see your bitch done push like on that shit. Yeah, she ain't leave no comment, but she liked it.
Yo. Nah, Game has always been a super talented rapper, right? But he's
Fire.
always been his worst enemy. He's always been the one to shoot himself in the foot with every single situation, right? So I guess Game also did some other things, like when he did a song with J-Rock and appeared in the music video, he filmed it with the mask on saying the record label said he couldn't be in the video. And then 2 weeks later, he was in a Hurricane Chris music video. So it's like little shit here and there that it's like layers to the situation that made people feel a type of way, you know? I don't know, man. I feel like the whole
I like Game.
I really do like Game too. His first two albums is like classic shit for sure.
Yo, I would hang out with Game. He seemed like a funny nigga, son.
He does.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But I do think that like he really felt the way after that Super Bowl situation. When he saw
I think Game feels a way about a lot of shit. I think and a lot of that has to do with his ego. Some of it I think is warranted. I think in that sense, I do think that Drake shunned him on that. But I do think that it was probably something that Game did that got himself shunned. Like you said, he's his own worst enemy. I think that as far as Dr. Dre's legacy, of course, you really can't mention it without mentioning Game. Everybody knows that was there. Unfortunately, you know, these kids is gonna have to. I mean, that's pretty much what he's fighting for, is for the kids to know what it is. Not so much us, because we know who he is and where he came from. It's his ego, bro. It's his ego. Like I said, when you pass the baton, you have to pass it knowing that you no longer have it. You can't play both sides of the fence. If you did not want to pass that baton to Kendrick, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, also during the Drake and Kendrick beef, he sided with Drake. You know,
Rightfully
and
so.
that's why he didn't show up to the pop out and everything. He wasn't on stage with them, and
That's his man.
yeah.
Again,
So
he did what he was supposed to do. So you can't get mad at the fallout from your decisions. When you stand on business, you gotta be willing to take whatever's gonna happen. Like, for example, like we said what we said. We had our KRS-One joint. We standing on business. We prepared for where we knew what the fuck we said. We like, but the fallout, yo, man, we in there cleaning up the fallout, whatever. Like, you niggas say something because I made a fucking impersonation, whatever, nigga. I got more.
can you fault Kendrick to a certain extent? Because sometimes artists they transcend a level of success where it's like they're not as accessible anymore. And the word is that Kendrick doesn't get on the phone with just anybody.
I heard that.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So then Game felt the way that, yo, you was my little mans. How come I just can't call you and talk to you on the phone? But at the same time, I think that Kendrick has felt the way like you've done some questionable things where it might make me feel like I can't trust you. Like, what if you post our text messages or
Right.
you do certain things? You know what I'm saying?
My issue with Kendrick is why you ain't press Game if you felt the way.
That's what I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. He should have just let it know from jump. Like, I don't like that
All
you
that
did that.
quiet riot shit is bullshit.
Yeah,
We men, bro.
right.
That's your man. Instead to ask a nigga what the fuck he mean. Like, what you mean by having a nigga out there and a nigga diss me? You felt the way since back then. Why you ain't say something, man?
It's 11 years now.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he should have definitely said something.
I'm team Game on this. Word. I think I'm team Game on this.
Game said, I think on Poetic Flacco's video or something like that, he said at least one dude get it. Fans and internet goofies will never get it. These dudes aren't who you think they are. One day I'm gonna pull the curtain down so you can see every clown in they circus. So he almost made like a threat to expose Kendrick. Now there's like some rumors
Ain't no
that
curtain. Ain't no fucking curtain.
he said there's some certain rumors that he's in the studio, perhaps recording a diss track to Kendrick.
I heard that. But listen, Game, I don't think that that's a good idea if I was Game. I'm going to tell you why. Because if he makes a diss track dissing Kendrick right now, I think that all that's going to do is fuel the narrative that he's obsessed, that he's a hater, and he's jealous. And Kendrick doesn't have to reply to that. You could just be standing there talking to yourself because they can easily make you look bad and Kendrick is just the victim here. You got to be smart, champ. Play with him another way, pause. Do a joint, tuck it, and wait for the right time. I wouldn't do it right now. I don't think he could win this right now because of how the narrative is already out there about him and his feelings towards Kendrick. And again, you're your own worst enemy because these are narratives you created.
It's not just that though, too. It's like, why is you dissing pretty much everybody that is still affiliated with Dre? You went against 50. You dropped a diss track towards Eminem. You've disrespected Dre in interviews and stuff like that. If you drop a diss track towards Kendrick now, it's like, it looks like you jealous and mad at everybody that is still over there, that is still cool with Dre.
And guess what? We all know this already. This is why it's crazy. Because I'm going to keep it 100, Panda. If I was Jayceon Taylor,
This dude uses government name.
you already laughing. yo, if I was Jayceon the Game Taylor, right? And all this shit had happened to me, like I was signed to Dre, I had the West Coast on my back, baby, all that shit, right? I would feel the same way. Bro, think as a human, bro. In your mind, you were supposed to be him.
Mm-hmm.
There hadn't been nothing like that from the West Coast since Snoop. You were supposed to be him. Now, benefit of the doubt, you made a lot of fucked up decisions. You were young. It was happening fast for you. You ain't understand what was going on. You fucked up your relationship with Dre, which ends up, well, you fucked up your relationship with 50, which end up fucking up your relationship with Dre, who is the money man, and end up fucking up your relationship with M. And Jimmy Iovine. It's a domino effect. So what you're thinking you're invincible because you're motherfucking game. You're not really paying attention to how this shit works. You're not independent no more. Remember we was talking earlier about blacklisting and independent versus independent. Like word, like see now he's in a situation where this can happen to him now. All because of you did something that this person didn't like. And we're not talking about people that ain't nobody. Jimmy Iovine was going in interviews and dissing Jimmy Iovine on songs and shows saying fuck Jimmy Iovine. He was going crazy. Jimmy Iovine is a powerful, powerful man, bro. You don't gotta prove to us you a tough guy and fuck Jimmy Iovine. You don't gotta do that. We already know you big blood. We believe you, champ. We believe you. Like we believe you from the shootout with 50 outside Hot 97. Yo, champ, we believe you. You don't gotta fuck up your career making us believe you. So he's doing all these things and because he felt invincible, nigga, his sophomore album was called The Doctor's Advocate. Dre was nowhere to be found. He was still talking about Dr. Dre every song, bro. He made a song crying to die, and that song was fire too.
Right. Well,
I
Busta
didn't
Rhymes.
mean to walk. That shit was.
Day
I'm
after
getting
day.
chills. Whoa, that shit was hard, nigga. If y'all ain't hear it, what's that called? That was The Doctor's Advocate.
Right,
That was the title.
right,
track,
yeah. Well, Busta Rhymes on it. When
Oh, my.
Busta comes in, he's all like,
Yeah.
Dre,
Like,
now
what are
I
you
know you
doing?
done
What
fucked
the
up.
fuck you doing?
But he hard-headed.
Yo, that song is incredible, bro.
That album, some people argue, is better than the documentary. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that, but it's.
But I'm not mad at people making that argument.
Right. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's a very good album, and I was proud of him for doing that without Dre, right? So check this out. Now he really feels invincible, bro. But that's just creatively. That's what solidified to the fans and to entertainment business that yo, Game is a real artist. That was the album that did it for us. Your sophomore jinx was cleared. So then after that, he was dropping consistent dope projects. You know, he knows how to make albums, bro.
His ear for beats, his beat selection has always been great. You know,
impeccable.
Yeah,
nigga, the documentary 2 is fire to me, bro. And it's funny because the song he got with Kendrick, On Me, is fire, son. And you can hear how he's trying to do Kendrick's style, and I think he nailed it. He nailed it. That's the thing about Game. Game is dope because he can take your style and do it just like you.
Well, that's what that album, one of his last albums that he had released, Drillmatic, where he had put the Eminem diss track on there. It was filled of songs that he did features with people where he's rapping in their style.
Yeah.
you know. But some people were
He's
critical of
dope,
that,
bro.
but it showed
He's
his
dope.
versatility, you know. So I understand both sides, but
He's a top 50 for
he's
sure, all
definitely
time.
he's an amazing artist. But I do think that a lot of his decisions came back to bite him in the ass, like the situation with the girl that ended up suing him from his show.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because he lost the label.
Because he didn't show up to the court hearing. He said
Court
that he
hearing,
had a
yeah.
dental procedure or whatever. They just faulted the whole thing and was like, now you owe her $7-point-something million, man. You know? Man, that's a bad decision, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But shout out to Game though, man. He's definitely I mean, I remember that time with the You Know What It Is volume, whatever, you know what I'm saying? With the diss tracks, 300 bars and all this shit. Like he was going crazy, bro.
I liked him with G Unit. That was perfect.
I feel like he took the whole GU not too far because it was just too many diss tracks. It was just like, it became almost like the identity, you know, like it just became too much, you know what I'm saying? He's always been super talented. All right, do you think that Drake was wrong for suing Universal Music Group, or you think that's exactly what he should have did?
I think that's what he should have did. Let me tell you something. Fuck these labels, bro. They don't give a fuck about you. You're supposed to use them, the majors. You're supposed to use them. You're supposed to milk them. If they fuck up, then you do what you need to do. Like, because they would do it to you. It's all business fucking with these motherfuckers. They don't care about you at all. So you should not give a fuck about them too. They're not your family. They act like they are. You know. So yeah, hell yeah. And now if it's an indie label or something, hell no, you don't do that. But the big corporations, they got the money to go to war. Go get that money. Go
Well,
get
I don't
that
think
money.
that he
They've been
ended up
fucking
winning though,
niggas off
right?
forever. Huh?
I don't think he ended up winning that.
I didn't hear anything. I don't even know if it's closed or not. I don't know.
But I just feel like the narrative of him doing that after the Kendrick battle, it got shifted to making it look like, oh, you mad, you lost the battle, so that's why you end up suing.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, yo, you could be mad and punch a wall. You know what I'm saying? That was his reaction. You know. And that's another thing. Shout out to Drake. I like Drake.
Do you think that, well, I mean, did you see the recent thing with him talking shit about the rappers' numbers on their album and how he still got ink in his pen, where he was taking shots at Ross and
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that shit was corny as fuck. He said that. He said that. What he said? He was like, yeah, showing his
I
outfit.
just dropped 3 albums off the head, and then you know,
nigga, I dropped 3 albums too, nigga. My shit's a smoking, yo. You dropped all 3 of them the same day. I just said I like you, nigga. Don't make me mad. Don't piss me off. Drake. Now, I saw it. I mean, who is that for? Like that when he made that, like who was he talking to? Like who
Rick
the
Ross.
fuck was Aubrey talking to?
Rick Ross? Yeah, because you remember his recent album sold like 22,000 copies first week or something like that. So
yeah. Poor Rick Ross. Yo, but this is the thing, like, nigga, the music business is dead. That's why you gotta you gotta just, that independent shit is where it's at. All the shit that when I told you earlier about if it was a nuclear war, you walk outside and you see this shit. That's what's happening right now. These people are fighting for their lives. These are the stars. Consider them the world leaders, right? They the world leaders scrambling to keep their country afloat. But the whole world has been destroyed. It's nuclear war. Rick Ross is trying to keep his country afloat. Drake is trying to keep his country. Everybody's trying to rebuild their country. Us, we're small country. We're towns inside the country. You know, it's crazy, bro.
all right, so I just looked it up. It said the lawsuit for defamation against Universal Music Group was dismissed by a federal judge on October 9th, 2025. The judge ruled that the disputed lines in Kendrick's Not Like Us were non-actionable opinion, rhetorical in the context of a rap battle, not factual claims that could support defamation. So
See?
But Drake's side says that, you know, they plan to appeal the decision. I don't know.
And
I mean, I don't know, man. But I mean,
that's interesting.
you don't think that he should have taken that loss, like, and just been like, you know, because it looks like, oh, I lost, so I'm suing now.
I mean, would I have done it? No. But again, somebody's reaction to something, like, bro, like,
So
if
my
that's
thing
the
is,
case,
though,
then
why is the record label getting sued and Kendrick not getting sued for the one that said it?
because they put it out, they allowed it.
Interesting. But with that in mind, do you think that because he sued and now he did that video of him talking shit, it looks worse because he sued? Like if he didn't sue and he did that video talking shit, it wouldn't look as bad?
No, I think he's all right. I think he'd be all right. I think the internet, as what they think about you, lasts for about 48 hours.
Yeah.
And
Some new shit
they,
happens all the time.
and they just forget it. So he'll be all right.
All right. ASAP Rocky versus Drake in a fight. Right? Well, I mean, I guess they hold beef. Apparently, Drake's baby mama was with ASAP Rocky first and then got with Drake after.
Yeah.
When the Kendrick beef was going down, ASAP had dropped the diss track saying he smashed Drake's baby mama first. But I really think all of this goes back to Rihanna because Drake was with Rihanna at one time and made multiple songs dissing her. Remember, him and Chris Brown even got into it over her, right? This goes back to what my girl Tina was saying. Women will cause wars. Tina said that. Salute to her. Now, I don't blame ASAP because she a billionaire and he got 3 kids by this woman. But what do you think?
Do I think they should fight?
No, do you understand the beef between them?
Not really. Like, here's the thing, man. I ain't beefing with no niggas over no bras, bro. We not doing that. And especially over something that's mine. What I'm beefing with you for? What we even talking about? She laying in my bed, bro. Like, we got kids and all that. We tripping off of what you did in the past. Everybody got a past. So I don't. Shorty was not a good, clean bill of health before you, bro. She was out there cocking them open before you. And if y'all break up, she's gonna still have them cocked open after you. It's just how it goes. So during the time that the minus sign in between the dates, that's you, brother. That's you. You gotta take advantage of that time that you in between the day you met her and the day she left your ass. You in the middle, nigga.
Well, did you see how recently ASAP did an interview with Jason Lee? And I guess they spoke about, do you want to fight Drake? And he's all like saying, like, you saw that?
No. He said he want to fight Drake.
They asked him, like, do you want to fight? Like, he asked him, do you want to fight Drake in like a.
What he said?
And I think that he said, nah, but like, maybe like gloves or something like that, you know?
Drake is not fighting. Like, this is what I'm saying, like conversations. Man, yo, if Chris Brown and Soulja Boy ain't fight, they're like, bro, like niggas ain't fighting, bro. Like these niggas is not fighting. These niggas can't fight, bro. They just be talking like, oh, I will fight. Niggas can't fight, bro.
Yeah, see right here. So he asked him if he wanted a celebrity boxing match. And then Rocky said, I did. And Jason asked him, would you fight Drake? And he said, bare knuckles.
Have at it. Enjoy.
All right. Well, what about how people try to make ASAP feel bad that his woman is more rich than him. And ASAP had addressed this. He said that she's a multi-billionaire. He's a multi-millionaire. But you're not going to make me feel bad about her being, you know, having more money than me, being richer than me, or anything like that.
He said it all. Like, bro, I think the world is so busy worrying about how other people carrying their life, bro. Like, if that works for them, who the fuck cares? Like, yo, my nigga, so what? She make more money, so that means she can't love him and they can't be in love. So money is the thing. It ain't like he's a bum. Like, so what the fuck is that? And these is probably people who don't have the money she got or he got. Talking about that. This motherfucker's making $50K a year talking about that. Having fucking opinions on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? In those tax brackets, it's a little different. Like, oh, well, she makes 50. He makes 32. I don't know. Like, something like that. And even then, like, yo, if y'all together and y'all building something, like, whose fucking business is that? But, nigga, dude can fucking feed a small village if he wants to. Like, what are we fucking talking about?
Because you got to think at her tax bracket, right? How many men really are going to be making more than her that interest her,
Not many.
that understands her, that's going to be able to fulfill her in other ways? You know what I'm
Not
saying?
many.
Right. So it's like, so that's also another problem that we've seen in today's culture, in today's era, where women are like of status, right? Like I think, what's her name? Eva
Mendez?
No, what's her name? That she did that whole drug cartel thing on Netflix.
Griselda?
Yeah. The one that did that one. What's her name?
I forgot her name. You talking about the actress?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not Sofia Vergara, right?
Sophia
Yeah.
Love.
I think they asked her, like, would you be with somebody that made less than you? And she said no. But it's like a lot of people, a lot of women have that whole mentality that they can't be with men that make less than them, right? And it's like, it's really limiting. We're not talking about you go be with a bum and like he on the couch playing 2K and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're talking about. But it's like, you seen the movie Think Like a Man, right?
Yeah.
Remember when what's her name? Character, she had trouble at first believing in dude, and then she supported him, and he became right.
Got you. But Panda, that's just as shallow as a man saying, yo, I can't be with a woman who weighs more than me. Or like, don't that sound crazy?
Right.
Like, yo, B, like, so if Shorty weigh 5 more pounds more than you can't fuck with her? Like, Shorty got a stomach, so you can't fuck with her? But she got a stomach. So in your mind, everything has to look like fucking She-Ra in order for you to fuck with her and take her serious too. Like, it's the same shit. It's stupid. Like,
right.
I think people's
criteria.
Criterias are wild and out of pocket because they don't even themselves meet every criteria.
Right.
And these people that have these criterias, they hate themselves. Because they see themselves in that.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta just be happy for them. They got 3 kids and they both successful and they happy. They've been together for a long time. So, you know, can't hate on that, man.
Word. Shout out to Rihanna. I got a Rihanna story, but it's wild because I mean, I guess I could tell it. So,
oh no.
Nah, yeah. So
this is during the PANDA replay?
What was that? Mims was out during that time.
That's during the PANDA replay or whatever.
Yeah,
song.
I don't remember what record she had, but I know that Mims was out. So we was in Texas and it was backstage. It was in Mims had the This Is Why I'm Hot. It was a big record.
You smashed her before Chris Brown.
No, I ain't touch it. I ain't touch it. So we it's like some backstage shit in the backstage of an arena. We're in a room, and then there's a hallway, right? So me and the DJ nigga, DJ Lennox, shout to him. We was in the, and he could verify. Yo, DJ Lennox, you know you could verify. So we was in the room eating like finger foods and shit. People walking by the door, we looking. Mims wasn't in the room. I don't know where he was at, right? So Ice Cube was performing or whatever. That was the first time I got to meet Cube, whatever. So people walking by the door. Yo, bro, Rihanna walks by the door, right? Now, when she walked by, like I'm looking, she walked by, we kind of caught eyes, and she went past the door, right? And then she comes back like looking like that. And then she kept it moving, right? So the DJ nigga was like, oh, he was like, yo, what the, I said, you saw that? I was like, all right. So I'm hyped, right? Boom.
This had to be like 2006, right?
About 2006, 2007, around that
Okay,
time.
so she was of age. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because in 2005 she was 17. So
nah. So boom, so like I want to say maybe a couple weeks or maybe a month later, all the people that was hot at the time, we all wasn't on tour together, but somehow we had all just did a show. I think it was in Minneapolis or something in Midwest, but we was all flying out, going to wherever we was going that next morning. So we was all in the airport by the gate. It was us. It was T-Pain. It was Rihanna. It was everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Jaquan.
Everybody. Jaquan. Fucking was the Franchise Boys. Some of them niggas like that type shit. Hurricane Chris type shit. Like niggas was there, right? We all sitting in the chairs at the gate waiting for the shit. And she had on like a fucking onesie, like pajama onesie, I guess to be comfortable, like you know, on the plane. Like it was some pajama type shit. And she had her legs like kicked up over the thing. And I'm sitting like over there. She just kept looking. And she was throwing popcorn at somebody that was sitting over there. She's throwing something at them and they playing or whatever. But she just kept looking and looking. And I guess I chickened out, bro. I ain't even say nothing, bro.
What's with these stories where you just like in touch with Rockefeller, Rock Nation, or whatever, and you don't pull the trigger on it, man? Come on.
Chicken out, bro. I got a few chicken out stories, bro. Like, yeah, bro.
Yo, you know what's so crazy is that Jay-Z didn't even really believe in her. He believed in Tierra Marie during that time more than her.
That's a fact.
Remember?
That's a fact.
Damn, look at how things turn out. That's crazy, bro.
That's a fact. Yeah, I definitely chickened out, bro. Definitely. I never saw her again after that. Ever. Ever. Not up close, ever. Word.
God said, I gave you too many opportunities. You didn't take them.
Yeah, bro. Yo, bro, I could have literally, I was so close to her, I could have literally be like, get over here. Come here. Word.
Oh, man.
It's a fact. Shout out to Rihanna.
Yeah, shout out to Rihanna, man.
Shout out to ASAP.
Yep. How do you feel about Mickey Factz saying people overhype Big L?
I think it's his opinion. I think that I wasn't really a super Big L fan like that. Like I'm not really a big fan of the punchline. Like it's cool. I think it's cool. But I'm there a little bit with him.
His reasoning is L came out in 92 and died in 99. He said First time we heard Pac was 92 and he died in 96 and had 5 albums by the time that he died. First time we heard Biggie was 92 and he died in 97 and Biggie had 2 albums. Nas put out Illmatic as his first album's classic. Big L put out Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous and his album came out in 95. And he said, was that a top 10 album in 95?
No.
Now, most people would say no, right? His whole thing was when Big L was alive, he was alive long enough to put out more work, but for some reason, there wasn't a lot of work being put out. There's not a lot of material there. So when he ends up dying, people start putting him in the GOAT conversation, and he felt that he didn't deserve to be in those conversations necessarily.
Yeah, he's in the conversation due to sentiment, due to nostalgia, and
technical ability.
Right. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into that criteria, brother. Like you gotta have like the music, the shit to back it up too. That's like almost like I argue with people all the time about Andre 3000, right? People try to tell me that Andre 3000 is a GOAT. I don't think so. Andre 3000 has fire verses on a lot of people's shit, but to me, a criteria, in order for you to be called a GOAT, you have to have a solo album. Rapping, though. The fucking Love Below, he was not rapping. The fucking Flute album, he's definitely not rapping. So, nigga, like, we don't have any body of work of just you rapping to call you a GOAT, nigga. They're either
so
group
you can't
verses,
be a GOAT in a group?
They're either group verses or they're feature verses. There are no Andre 3000 albums. And we're not judging if anybody is a GOAT based off of their group work. We're not doing that.
Okay. So that's your
We're
criteria.
not moving the goal post for him. We don't do that for nobody else. Who else we do that for? We judge you off of what you put out, not your group.
It's tough because everybody got different criteria when it comes to these kind of conversations. I think people need to be more specific. Like if you're going to say top 10 lyricists or GOAT lyricists, that's different than like top 10 rappers. Because when you say rap,
you can't even give them that.
But you get what I'm saying,
because
though,
the people that you're putting in the top 10 lyricists have albums, bro.
But as lyricist, if you judge it just from a lyricist standpoint, you're not judging it necessarily from a full body of work or like songwriting capability all around.
But you have to, bro. How are you putting somebody in a GOAT category that don't have nothing to talk about? If you're a soloist and you're a GOAT, you have to have that, bro. You can't just walk around with a book bag full of rhymes and people say you the GOAT, nigga. It's too many niggas really putting in work. And to give you a little more context about Andre 3000, I think he knows that. I think Andre knows that, and he's overwhelmed with all the accolades that he gets. I think he's shocked by that. I think he's like, yo, man, y'all really think overly than I think people think more of him than he thinks of himself on the mic. Because if he really thought he was like that, we would have been had an album rapping. He feels more comfortable rapping alongside other niggas. He don't feel comfortable carrying a whole album rapping by himself. And for that, you're not a GOAT, sir.
I mean, you make a compelling argument for sure, bro, because it's a different thing to carry a whole album by yourself.
I like him. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, yo, that nigga be yo, I heard an unreleased joint just a week or two ago. I can't remember. It was so dope. I don't even remember the person's record it was, but it was somebody else's record. I didn't even get to their part. He had a verse on that shit, and bro, the pocket was so crazy, bro. Bro, I'm a writer. I look for flows, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This nigga is great, bro. But you gotta show me that you ain't scared, nigga. He's scared. He's scared to go in there and throw his hat out there because he knows now you're really gonna be judged on that level because you better have a life after death or ready to die. You better have an Illmatic. You better have a fucking Supreme Clientele. You better have a Only Built for Cuban Links because of how they've been amping you up for so long. You better have a Doggy Style. Same reason why Dre's scared to drop Detox. Scared, son. Because the music climate changes so much, niggas done held this nigga up so high, he can't afford to lose. He threw little shits out there that didn't perform well. The Compton album and him and Snoop's album. So you think y'all getting Detox? You're never getting Detox. Never.
Yeah, man. I mean, it really makes you wonder why Andre 3000 never really put out more work rapping outside of after The Love Below, right? In Speaker Box when they did their albums together.
I mean, features here and there.
I know, but not like work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
the Flute album.
That's 20 years, bro. Like it's been like 20 years.
He's scared, son. I don't think he realizes how dope he is. He's scared. He's scared to fail.
He gotta have some vault of music, though.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he's putting that shit out.
Yeah.
Bro, every rapper, I just told you, everybody's writing. He got shit, bro. Even if he's putting out Flute albums, I bet you he got raps. And then you know what his excuse was? Yo, you know, in my 50s, I don't know what to rap about. Rap about being 50, stupid. He trying to throw that as an excuse. Like it ain't shit that tough nigga. It's an excuse, bro.
Rap about being at Whole Foods and shit like that. You know what I mean?
It's an excuse, bro. It's an excuse. He can talk about interplanetary shit. He been doing that.
Right. The Earth is flat conversation and shit.
He been doing that.
Yeah.
So why what would be any different?
All right. Well, so back to the whole Mickey Factz and Big L thing. So his whole argument was like kind of like, what were you doing in the last few years of your life? Because when he released this album in 95, and then after that, like he did like a couple of songs with Ron Browse, and then that was it pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
All right. All right. What's up out here, man? Have you ever been locked up?
I did central booking.
Okay, but no like real time or anything like that, right? Okay.
It ain't for me, yeah.
All right. So we got this story of Fort Dix prison officer where Diddy is currently held, charged over alleged sexual relationship with an inmate. Okay, they saying that she's pregnant and her
it's a woman.
Yeah, her husband is white and Korean, but she's allegedly scared that her baby's gonna be black or something like that. I think she's white. Yeah. So it says a 27-year-old correctional officer at the Federal Correction Institution, Fort Dix, New Jersey, has been charged with sexually abusing a federal inmate. While he was in custody, investigators allege the relationship lasted from approximately April 2024 through January 2026 and involved numerous sexual encounters inside the prison. Court documents say that the inmate and her exchanged more than 100 sexually explicit text messages, photos, and videos using contraband cell phones, and other inmates were paid to be lookouts and everything like that. This is crazy, man.
And they saying that's Diddy?
No, they're not saying that's Diddy. They saying that's where Diddy is housed. Okay? But it's just crazy when you really think about these correctional officers, man. You know what I'm saying? They be doing some, whoo.
Yeah, man. My ex-wife was a CO. I mean, I don't have a story.
I got all quiet. I was like, damn.
But I ain't gonna front like you know, I would be remiss to say that I ain't think about that. I think the main thing that I was more worried about with her was more so her safety in there, because there was times where you know, she would have to leave work early. Like, she was in the fucking emergency room. I had to rush there because she was watching the inmates in the gym, and the nigga just threw a basketball at her head. Bang! And she had a concussion. And it's
Damn.
wild because I can't approach niggas for putting hands on you know what I'm saying? They in jail.
Right.
So it's wild. Like, she done got it on with niggas, like all type of shit. Like a lot of shit in there. So you know, yeah, that's part of the game too. I hope that, you know, that didn't occur on my watch. You know,
That's a tough job, bro. Like, regardless, that's a tough job, man. You know what I mean?
it is.
But so she's facing possibly 15 years in prison if convicted over sleeping with the inmate, bro. Like, what do you
She
think
got
is.
kids and shit. Yeah, she got kids and shit, right?
No, I don't think they have kids together. But she
No,
expressed.
she got kids and shit outside on the
Yeah,
outside.
I don't think she has kids outside, but
Oh,
she was concerned over explaining the pregnancy to her husband, allegedly writing, "If the baby black and my husband white and Korean," that's what she said. Yo, this is
yo, is that
wild,
real?
bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. Like, what the fuck?
You can. Yeah.
I mean, you got to be real crazy to be thinking about this, man. I don't know, but it brings up a good point though. Like, what if why Diddy ain't paying to get some freaks in his cell?
Yo, Diddy trying to come home.
Yo, but they keep on pushing his time back now, though.
I know.
Weren't they pushing it forward and now they pushing it back?
Diddy trying to come home, man. Diddy trying to come home. Word.
I don't
Diddy
know,
trying to come
man.
home.
But I mean, what did your wife tell you about her experience with other COs? Did she say like they were crooked? Did she see like that type of stuff?
Yeah, I remember her one time telling me that one thing that the other COs do is they really stick together. Like they stick together like a gang in there. That shit really stood out to me. Um, Especially since she was a girl. So like if anything popped off, like they running to the rescue or whatever. Um, well, even that, like you know, you got worried about yo cracking around the scene. You know what I'm saying? And but no, I'm just joking. My ex-wife, she cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it is a tough job. And I just remember her just really concerned about the violence in there. Cause where she worked at a facility that was a jail, but it was also a mental hospital. So they're housing the inmates that the jails can't take because of their mental. You
Mm,
understand what I'm saying? So that's where she was at. So we not only talk about people who are violent, we talk about people who are violent and just mentally gone by, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, the concern was definitely there.
All right, man. Why is your boy Malice out here stealing Glizzys, bro? Did you see that story?
Yeah, I saw it. I and then the girl was funny. Like she said, "Yeah, boy, Malice from the Eclipse." Yo, when I saw that, I tagged Eclipse, DJ Eclipse, and DJ Total Eclipse, and I was like, "Yo, Shorty out here got y'all name in her mouth." But I think that it was probably a misunderstanding. I think maybe he thought one of his people paid for it already or
No,
something.
you didn't see the video that he posted?
Nah, I ain't see what he said.
Oh, let me play it for you because he shows that she was totally clout chasing. He exposed the shit out of her, bro. Oh, you gotta see this. This is crazy. He came with the receipts for sure. Watch, man. It's hilarious. You see what I'm saying, though? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, you saw that he's with the cameraman too. You know what I'm saying? So what are you thinking? That like they not recording and like that your ass ain't on there saying that's on me. Tell them that's on me.
Has she replied to the receipt yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen anything about it.
That's what I want to see. I want to see that bitch reply to that.
Because it looks now, like at first it looks so bad, right? Like she was putting them on blast and we saw the video, her making fun of it and everything.
That she sounds believable.
Blah, blah, blah. Right,
she sounds believable.
Right. And then the way the editor cut and showed the proof and everything like that, you just like, damn, bro. Like, you just was clout chasing. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
This is more proof that we are definitely in an era now where it's like, even if you was a fan of somebody, you're going to do whatever for some attention. Because she obviously was a fan.
Yeah. Shout to Malice, man. Like, yo, I ain't gonna front. That was me. Again, I'd have went back. I'd have went back to the store, made sure I had the cameraman on, and made her tell that story again.
Oh, shit. What you standing there? So what?
With me standing there.
What glizzy did I steal?
Again. Yeah.
Are you really mad you didn't get my glizzy? You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Are you mad that you the one that caused the solar eclipse?
Yeah, the solar eclipse. She said, "This man is from the eclipse."
Oh, shit.
She called nigga Flavor Flav. She said, "You is Flavor Flav." He should have left after that. Like,
that's
bitch.
Wild. That is wild, man.
I'm Flav. That bitch look like a minion in the face. You seen her with the glasses?
Nah, you're not gonna do it like that. Come on, man. Look like a minion.
Don't
man. She do kind of look compact though. Like she looks short. You know?
Glasses.
She kind of got her own language. No,
minion.
Yo, but Malice was wild for his caption. He put, "This is why you don't do cheat meals." Oh man, but I think that you on point though. That's definitely what he should do. But I don't know, they might be on him. They might criticize him. Yo, you was a man of the Lord making Christian music or whatever, or being about spirituality.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Then you go back to rapping about coke, and now you exposing people and stuff.
Yep,
and putting
I
them
will
on
be
blast.
at that fucking store with a preacher.
With a preacher.
Like, yo,
confess your sins, my child.
Yeah, tell the story again.
Confess
and while
your
she
sins.
tells the story, he be throwing holy oil on her like this. Sprinkle me, man.
Yo, he come back with Diddy after Diddy become the pastor.
Factz.
I know we were going too far now. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, hey, don't come for us. Pause.
Yeah.
We're just joking.
All right, man. What do you think of the whole narrative that 50 Cent took better care of his artists than, say, Jay-Z and Rick Ross? This has caused a beef between Memphis Bleek and Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda. Do you feel it's their responsibility to take care of their people? Are they obligated?
I don't feel like it's I don't feel, what I do feel like the obligation is to your friend is to at least lead them to the water. Show, especially if your friend appears to be a go-getter or somebody that wants to do something. You can't extend that to everybody. But I think that if you get in position a real position to help, and you just see your man, help him out. You're not obligated to, of course not. But you know, I think that would be dope to do. Now, Fifth is a wild case because it's not even so much wild. Like, I agree, because I think that I remember when they was talking about the G Unit thing, and he said he looked under the table and he seen nobody had G Unit sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? Except him. They had the fucking Prada shoes, Jordans.
Right. And
You
everybody
know,
was still collecting their monthly check.
right. So you know, even with Big, like Big said with Junior Mafia, he chose to run with Kim because she was ready. She was the one that was ready to move. Everybody else chilling, squandering away the day. Maybe they got a studio session booked. Maybe these niggas just spent the whole day, wasted the money, smoking, eating Chinese food, didn't even get nothing recorded. Like, you know, that shit happened a lot. So I think looking out for people who ready to work is what's up. Now, Jay, I think Jay did look out a lot for Bleek, but Jay and 50, I think they both looked out for their people. But I just think that they did it different. You can't say one was more than the other. Hey, both parties are lucky to have received the help that they got. There's niggas that have zero help. They didn't grow up with a big homie that's going to turn into Beyonce's husband. They didn't grow up with a big homie that was going to turn into the executive producer of Power. Who knew? Like you don't know these things. It ain't my fault. My mother chose us to live over here, not over there. Like you know what I'm saying? So I think they help them in ways that they can as men. And then you don't want to give men too much because then you create needy men. And that's the worst thing. So I think them looking out for them too is letting them figure out a lot of shit on their own out of respect for them as men. Panda, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. This is some real shit. You know, a lot of people ask me, like, they be like, yo, why you ain't on? Why somebody ain't put you on? You know a lot of people, you know this person, that person. You touched on one thing earlier, they know they can't control me. But a lot of people, perception is everything. A lot of people look at me and think that I'm very self-sufficient. They might be, yo, he don't need the help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he probably don't need it. Like, they look at all the promo, think I got a machine behind me. Nigga, it's just me and my phone. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Perception is everything. So it's how you make it work for you. I think Bleek uses what Hov did give him and made it work for him, and he was able to get led to the water and go fish. Same with Yayo. Same with, it's just done differently. Yeah, 50 takes y'all on all these trips and all that. Jay don't do that. But Jay made you the head of Duce. I would be appreciative. Like, you nigga, you ain't gotta fly me around everywhere, whatever. Also, 50 performs more than Jay. So when these niggas run around with 50, they're his hype men. If 50 stopped performing, you think y'all would be flying around everywhere with this nigga? Let's keep it a bean. Like it is what it is. So you just gotta break down and itemize where this money's going.
Hov and 50's personalities are different too. Like, Hov always
100%.
been more like, you know, an introvert, kind of like a recluse. 50's amongst the people more. Like,
Yeah,
you
50 a hood
expect
nigga.
to see him with his crew and stuff like that,
Showing
right?
love.
Right, yeah. So it's gonna look like that. So I understand Bleek's point of view. It's like, damn, like, after 20 years, do you still expect this man to be taking care of me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, so I get that, right? But at the same time, for Yayo's not just sitting around waiting for 50 to take care of him. He capitalized off his affiliation with G Unit. by doing the interviews and everything, building his own podcast with Murda now. And, they got the dispensary. They did all types of shit, right? So
I like Yayo. I always like Yayo. Always.
they take the opportunities, right? They capitalized off those opportunities. So you can't say that he's just waiting for 50 to do everything for him either, though, So I feel like they played it right. Both of them got a point. Now, the real question, though, is could have Ross done more for Gunplay? That was his man. That was his shooter, pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't work out for him on the music tip. He didn't even tell him personally, like, you getting dropped.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think he definitely could have done something more for Gunplay. But here's the gag about that again. Like, we can say what we think, what we would have done, and this, that, and the third, but there's one thing that always loses in translation, and that's always behind the scene. Like, shit that happens that doesn't get spoke about. Violations that people do. Shit that, and then niggas like, yo, I'm just not fucking with you. I mean, you can't have that. You can't get that. And out of respect for that person, they just not airing it out. They just like, yo, I'm just not fucking with you. I've seen it happen a billion times. Like, just don't speak on it. Now, to the public, it looks like, oh, he could have did this, that, and the third for him. But behind the scenes, Gunplay could know exactly what he did that made son not give him like just same with like Ice Cube and Mac 10. You seen Mac 10 recently? He just did something. He was like, yo, shout to Dub C and yo, man, Q, I ain't got no problem with Q. That shit was, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, as a fan, bro,
the West Side Connection.
I know you want to see that shit too, bro.
Oh,
like,
my God, man.
What? Nigga, like, I love Mac 10, bro.
Yeah, man. Mac 10 is a beast, bro.
So, and I love them together.
Yeah.
And I'm a New York nigga. They was talking about bow down, nigga. I was like, bow down. Word is bond, bro.
Yo, I remember when they was on the Jamie Foxx show. Yo,
Yeah.
That shit was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but for real, I understand what you're saying too, because there's a reason why people say not everybody can go, right? Because look at it, the situation. Gunplay, while he was loyal, he was the enforcer and everything like that. There has been, word that he had a problem with substances, or like he cost Ross $300,000 when he assaulted Vlad. Remember? Remember from that lawsuit when they beat up Vlad, right? Like,
for sure.
Yeah, and Gunplay has told that story. This dude jumped up super high with the bottle and everything, Super Saiyan style, and whacked them and So there were certain things, like sometimes
that don't mean nothing, bro. When a nigga's a liability, sometimes that don't mean nothing.
That's what I'm saying though. But it's like sometimes it's it don't translate well to the business world though. Like it's more of a lot, like you said, like a liability for you to keep somebody like that around, Now, I don't know if you could argue like maybe give him an opportunity where he can't get in trouble, but I don't know. What would that look like? Being a driver, being in security. Security has gotten people in trouble before too. Right?
Bro, he need to make that nigga be the head of promotion. Let that nigga run his Twitter. Keep that boy in the house, man.
All right. Well, this is another example, right? Now, you saw the story about Kobe Bryant's high school best friend.
What happened to him?
Well, like even after he passed away, he had came out and he said that when Kobe was super famous and successful, but would still come back to Philly, and his high school best friend said he never went to like his court dates. He said he didn't care about that. He said he asked Kobe one time, yo, I got 2 kids. I'm struggling. I don't want no handouts. All I want is for you to link me with someone so I can work hard for the money. Just an
I did see
opportunity.
that. I
Right?
did.
And then Kobe
Yeah.
said it's no problem. He'd help him. He gave him his number, and it ended up being his assistant's phone number. So it wasn't even Kobe's phone number. He couldn't even get to him. He said, like, during Kobe's farewell tour, before he retired, he spoke to Kobe's cousin, and Kobe's cousin was like, yo, that dude is a piece of shit that never did nothing for nobody. He got an empire of 500 million. His sisters, they work regular jobs. His parents got to sell off his memorabilia and everything like that to be able to even make any money. He basically didn't do anything for anybody outside of his wife and his kids. So I say all that to say, when you make it, do you owe anything to the people that was there in the beginning when you was dreaming, that was supporting you?
I think the best person to ask that question is Stanley Burrell. You know who Stanley Burrell is?
No.
MC Hammer.
Oh, right. Yo, damn. I remember when VH1 did that movie on him, the biopic and shit like that. Hammer! You know?
He basically gave everybody the blueprint of how not to move.
I mean, yeah, you can't help everybody like the way that he did. And he was reckless with it too. You know what I'm saying?
Very.
Pay them even when they're not working and shit like that, you know? But to the, I guess, the few in your circle or whatever, like, do you owe them at least?
No, you could give them jobs. They could work for certain shit.
Mm-hmm.
If there's budget permitting. Put it like this, bro. If I was to blow up tomorrow, motherfuckers that weren't along the journey at all, didn't never come to a show, never bought nothing, never pushed like shit. Like, we remember all of this shit. Like, we know who's who and what's what. We just don't say nothing. Some of us speak on it, some of us don't. I have blood siblings that when I blow, they do not ask me for nothing. I don't give a fuck we came out the same dick or pussy. It don't matter. Like, you weren't there for me during my journey. I've never seen you at a show, ever. I've never seen you leave one fire emoji on anything. And this go for friends, and they might call. But a congratulations on an album, or oh, I see you doing your thing. Nah, if anything, it's just to be nosy, to see what you're doing. And you know, they come around when they start seeing you doing big shit. They see you opening for Raekwon. Now you getting texts like, yo, I seen that. Like, I bet you did, just like you see everything else and you don't say nothing about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'ma carry it. And I think that's how everybody should carry it. The ones who are with you through thick and thin, through the beginning, day one. I'm talking about on your journey. You make sure you take care of them. Your journey doesn't necessarily have to mean your life journey. The fuck? Your journey that made you this money journey. Yeah. I got a big list. It's niggas that better get on their hands and knees and pray to Allah himself that I never get in position. Because, yo, you can never ask me. You couldn't ask me the time of day.
Well, the situation regarding Kobe, I just want to say, like, we don't know if that's true or not. That's just an example of a scenario that has been put out there, right? So, you know, rest in peace to him. But I'm just using that as an example of a scenario where people have made certain claims like that. So I ask you, if tomorrow Panda Chop blows up, does he owe Bad Seed for doing these interviews and everything like that? Should Panda Chop come back and be like, yo, Seed, my man, you was there, you know, we was rocking together. Let me give you this look. Let me, now I got a bigger platform. Let me put you on so that people can really see you.
Nah, because I don't look at it like that. I look at it like you helped me. I don't look at it like I helped you. I look at it like you helped me. in the beginning, well, during the journey. Like you understand what I'm saying? I don't see where I helped you at.
No,
You go me.
I think it's mutually beneficial.
Okay. So if we put it like that, no, I don't, bro. I would be so
But
happy
you
for
would
you.
respect it, though. You would respect it more if I did come back and be like, "See, come
Yeah,
on,
I
you
mean,
my
it would
man."
be cool. It would be
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, but I don't expect it because, bro, like I wasn't there day one when you were shooting in the gym or when you first got your first mic and when you did it, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not expecting certain shit, bro.
right.
Like, but I tell you one thing from my heart: if you was to blow up tomorrow, bro, I bet you I would be one of the first people, probably before the people that you would look out for, that would congratulate you.
Yeah.
It's just how I am. And I don't want nothing. Like,
Hmm.
it's just, yo, man, you fucking did it. I'll probably say some funny shit to amp you up
Right.
and like how we interact and keep it moving.
That's
You
solid,
know what I mean?
bro. You know, I was talking to Joe earlier, and she told me that she was all like, you know, I can't tell you like how much I respect what you've done for Seed, right? And I told her, I
Yeah.
was like, the reason why I rock with Seed so heavy is because he's a really not only just a talented brother, but he's a good brother. And that's really hard to find. That's
Yeah.
really hard to find. That's why I respect him so much. I told her that, you know, so
Yeah. Likewise, bro. You know,
no
you
doubt,
my
man.
guy. You my guy, P. You my guy, P.
All right, so we were talking about gunplay. Recently, he came out and he said that he was practicing Santeria for fortune and fame, and now he's a Christian, right? What do you think about this? Have you heard about this from other people doing things
Mm.
in the industry like this? Do you believe
It's
in?
rare. I don't hear it a lot. You hear about it in certain regions. Certain regions is a little more prominent. More so like the southeast region,
Uh huh.
like Louisiana, Florida. You see a little bit of it in Georgia. But and that's probably because of the proximity, how close it is to like Dominican Republic and Haiti. Not saying that they are the capital of Santeria, but I'm saying that it's culture there. Yeah, in a lot of those spots, in both of those spots. So it's close proximity. So a lot of people might have migrated to the states and was there. So you don't really see it a lot up here, but up here in New York, I don't know about out west, but I know it's there, but not a lot, not heavy.
But it relates back to the whole like Illuminati thing, like like making sacrifices and yada yada and stuff like that for fortune and fame and all that, right? Like, is this stuff that you've witnessed or like heard about like in the industry? Do you believe in the Illuminati, that
Did
type
I
of
tell
stuff?
you my Illuminati story?
Nah.
So, damn. Okay, so I went through the whole music business for a while. I had always heard about Illuminati. You hear Prodigy, Illuminati, want my mind, soul, and my body. You know what I'm saying? So you hear about it. You know. I had never come in contact with it um until I started really fucking with the films. Now, so one day I'm coming home from work and I'll never forget it, bro. I'm crossing the street. My crib was literally right there. I'm crossing the street. I turned to the right, and right when I turned, there was a car. And the guy who was driving, he looked up. He was looking in his text. He looked up too late and he hit me. And I flew up in the air about 3 feet. I fell down on my head, bro. He took off. I'm glad he did. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, yo, I'm a hood nigga, son. That nigga probably ain't had no license or nothing. Yo, get the fuck out of here, son. You ain't hit me on purpose. Get out of here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So at first, I ain't know I got hit. I thought somebody snuffed me. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I start squaring up. There's niggas coming down the street. They was like, yo, chill, son. You just got hit by a car. Oh, shit. So I'm like, yo, police come. They like, yo, you need to go to the hospital. I'm like, yo, nah, B. I'm like, I just got off work. I kept it 100 with him. I was like, yo, I got a blunt upstairs in the ashtray that I roll in the morning. And when I get home from work, I like to smoke that shit. I just want to go upstairs and smoke that shit. Police was like, yo, brother, I think you need to go to the hospital to see if there's internal bleeding or whatever. So I was like, cool. I go to the hospital. I said all that to say, I end up coming home. My whole left side was sprained, right? That was it. Now, I heard God, bro. Because I used to say to myself, I used to say, yo, God, I'm like your practical joke. I feel like Job, right? The story from the book of Job. I heard God clearly. He said, yo, you feel like Job? He said, I could have taken you, but I had my arms around you. He said, now you see how powerful I am. You're here for a reason. And then he said to me, he said, since you like talking about the book of Job, I need for you to spread that story. So I said, copy. So at first, it was going to be an album. I'm real cool with Focus, 3 Dots.
Oh,
from
that's
the
my
West Coast.
man's, man.
Yeah, I'm real cool with Focus.
I love Focus. Good brother.
Like a big
Great
bro,
brother.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing a project because I told him what happened or whatever. He was into the church or whatever. So we was talking about making it an album and he was going to produce it. But I guess he got real busy. I never revisited it with him. And I just switched gears and I made it a movie, a little 1-part joint. Yo, bro, Mims played God. I played the devil. I got the fucking lace front on, the long hair, because the devil was here. I got disappearing. I'm disappearing in it. The shit is ill, right? Fucking, then we did a part 2. I got hit up. My man hit me and was like, yo, Fubu is starting a on-demand cable network and they need content. So I'm like, all right, cool. Took the meeting. Shorty wanted to do 13 episodes and there was no money, but she wanted to do 13 episodes so that we could go get the money and they was going to launch with my shit. So I was like, wow, so I just made the whole shit a universe. Job, Cain and Abel, except they're sisters. It was a lot of shit, right? So they were very interested. I wrote the whole script out. I get a call. No, I bumped into my manager from when I was 17 on Facebook. I start telling him what's going on. He's like, wow, that's dope. He was like, yo, I might could help you with some money. I said, word? He was like, how much you need? Now, I did the first book of Job for like $5K, bro. So I was like, yo, I just probably need like $10K. He laughed at me. He said, yo, I could get you $100K. I said, all right. He started doing the due process. Columbus Short calls my phone. How Columbus Short called my phone?
Oh,
somebody
man.
put him onto my script.
We talking about
check this.
Knucklehead.
Columbus Short calls my phone. Columbus, it was a girl. Yes, I'm Columbus Short's assistant. We're aware of a script that you wrote and we're interested. What? Like, I'm like, so she was like, he'd like to speak to you. Okay. He gets on the phone, bro. The nigga tells me he loves the script. And I tell him, I'm like, yo, I don't have a part for you. I already had fucking Puma from Black Ink Crew, cast, all that. I had fucking what you call it? Keith David from the old head with the one leg from Menace. I had him. I had OG Bobby Johnson. I had niggas, right? So he was like, I said, I don't have a part for you. He was like, can you write one? Bro, I wrote a part for him in 30 minutes, sent that shit back to him. The nigga was like, yo, Give me 10 grand. I'll do it for you. He was like, well, I need 5 up front. Bro gave me his wire information. This is before Cash App. He gave me his bank wire information. I might still have it. And said I had till Friday. This was Wednesday, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I called the money man, like, yo, I got fucking, he was like, word? He was like, all right, we got Friday till noon to give this money to son. Yo, bro, I ain't hear from the money man until 12:30 Friday. I'm calling the nigga. Columbus Short's like, yo, what's up? Yo, this man told me, he said he had to pull out from doing business with me because I did not choose a side. Choose a side? What are you talking about? He was like, yo, he kept telling me during this time, remind me to tell you why I got out the music business. Remind me to tell you why I got it. And I'm ignoring that because I'm trying to get the project done. Bro, apparently he was doing a deal for $3 million and they wanted him to sacrifice his children to do the deal. So he chose his children and kind of dipped from that. While he was trying to get this money, he was texting me telling me that he had to visit somebody in the hospital. There was somebody in court. The nigga told me that the nigga that he was visiting in the hospital got attacked because he was doing business with me and I didn't pick a side. I said, nigga, my side is the project. What are you talking about? He said, yeah, you didn't pick a side. I'm like, yo, bro, how could you do this to me? My name is on the line. Woo, woo, woo. Hung up on him. Bro, I start texting him 7 texts. Bro, I'm getting chills. 7 texts. The first 6 were very personal because I was 17 when he was my manager. He knew me since I was 17. So they were personal. Like, damn, you knew my mother. You knew my family. How could you do this to me? The last message, I rebuked him in the name of Jesus. That's what he replied to. When he replied, he was like, how dare you rebuke me? Don't ever talk to me like that again. And the nigga emailed me like 75 passages from the Bible, verse about money and prosperity. Yo, bro, I was like, what the fuck? I called my mother. My mother started crying. She said, oh my God, you come in contact. You came in contact. Yo, bro, I was so hot. I was ready to take this nigga off of here, bro. Because the nigga had me, bro, now I got to go back to Puma. I got to go back to all these people and tell them that this shit's not happening now. Right? Fucking Columbus Short, all these people and tell them this, right? So I had an OG that knew both of us, right? So I called my OG and I said, yo, OG, I told him everything. I said, yo, I'm not asking you for your permission. I'm knocking this nigga's head off. You know what the nigga told me, son? He said, you could do what you want to do, but he's your friend. He said, him pulling out saved you because if $1 would have exchanged hands, you would be caught in his bullshit. I thought about it and I said, wow, you're right. I sent homie an email, and I said, yo, I don't know what you hooked up into, what you caught up in. I hope everything's good with you and your family. God bless you. I ain't hear from him since. This had to have been 2014, 15.
Wow.
Real shit.
So your takeaway from that situation was that he was linked with the Illuminati in some kind of way?
100%. 100%. It was the things he was talking about, like sacrificing and, bro, think about it, bro. This project was a faith-based project. It was about the Bible. So of course it was being attacked. And I think if this was a hood movie, it would have happened. If it was something where people, bro, there was no profanity in it, nothing, bro. You could play it. I had pastors asking about doing a tour. Like when they do actual the sermon of the Book of Job, they were saying that they wanted to play the movie in the churches. You know, so it was gaining something. And the devil said, nope. And it turned me off from film for a while, son. A while. Like I'm just now a little interested in getting back into it, and I'm gonna pick back up with the story. and still do it. But
Do you
yeah,
think that the film industry is worse than the music industry?
100%,
Because I've seen
100%.
stuff where like people will say like, yo, they had this meeting with somebody at a hotel. They was gonna
A
get
casting
offered.
couch.
Yeah, they were gonna get offered like a Marvel thing, but they had to take off their clothes and they declined. And then, you
Yeah,
know, they get like
casting couch. That shit is real.
blacklisted and shit.
That shit is real. But that shit is real. I think it's the same level in the music business because it's the same shit. What you think these big dogs was doing? What you think? Again, I wasn't there. This is just what I believe. But you know, the big dogs, the Clives, the Berries, you know. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if these things were coming out about them. Too much power is
Power corrupts.
not good. It's not good.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Woo.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Damn. How did you even like recover after that, bro?
Took a minute. It took a minute. Took a minute because I was really looking forward to that. At the time I was down bad financially, and that money
You were counting on it.
was yeah, bro. I had created a stipend for myself in that too, and certain things that was going to be paid off and taken care of that I was behind in during that time, and he fucked up a lot of shit. But in hindsight, the lesson that I learned is I could have took care of those bills and everything for that time, but my daughter might not be here, or you know, fucking around with these people. Like, bro, when he said that, and I believed him because dude never really was one to really play around. Like, he really wasn't a play around type guy. Usually when he say things, it's usually that. So, I think that's why I am the way I am, because a lot of the guys, again, he was my manager when I was young. So a lot of the guys that I was around when I was young, they were older, and the things that they used to be, you know. But yeah, I believe him when he says that he had to that they approached him to sacrifice his kid for the $3 million deal.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Now, I got to call you out for this one, but why you secretly be sending shots at people on your posts all the time?
Like who?
Like you posted, this was like a while back, but you said, I was just thinking, man, shout out to dudes that every move they ever made in their career was based off standing next to other dudes. It's sad when you see dudes after all these years never do anything relevant without somebody's arm around them. My heart aches for y'all.
Now, Panda, you can't say that. You really can't say that because I could pull up about 10 posts where I tag niggas.
No, I know. I'm just joking with you. But
yeah, I make bro. I got no problem saying a nigga name.
No,
Fuck
I know you don't.
Niggas. Fuck all these niggas, as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of times my shit be blanket.
Right.
Like I might see something that inspires something because I've been seeing it. Like you know what I mean? Like there's really no rhyme or reason. If I really, bro, I got no problem tagging a nigga.
I
Like,
know
fuck
that for a
nigga.
fact.
Like what the fuck a nigga gonna do?
I know that for a fact that I'm messing with
what
you.
the fuck
But
a
I'm
nigga
saying
do?
though, I like the message of what you wrote though. So I wanted to ask you about that message specifically about people that gain their notoriety just based off of being next to someone.
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. And that's why I said it, cause there's niggas that I've known for a long time that every time I see them and they rappers, they're standing next to other rappers. Like I've never seen anything substantial where it was just them standing there like this. It might have been EP or a little record here or there. But I don't never see nothing built from this motherfucker's hand. It's a few. It's a few people like that. I'm not built like that. And I think that's why it bothers me. Because I know everybody don't gotta be like me, but that's not real masculine to want to stand next to niggas all the time. And a lot of these niggas be acting like they alphas and masculine, but no, you're beta and feminine and you're baddies. Cause if you like standing next to other niggas, you're a baddie.
Oh, come on, man. That's wild. But do you ever have conversations with them and you let them know? Like to be like, yo, bro, like why don't you do something on your own?
Bro, you see how I am. Like I have conversations with niggas. Like anything I say here, I say to a nigga. Like you understand what I'm saying? And niggas, it's the look, bro. Niggas don't believe in themselves. That's why they do it. Bro, I believe 5 billion% in me, son. I don't believe in a nigga standing next to me. That nigga could turn on me at any minute. If he turns on me, can I hold this shit down? Fuck I need this nigga for?
Right.
I need me. You know, so I don't respect it. Like I can't respect it. I can't respect a nigga running up behind another nigga like all the fucking time. Was there anybody that you thought I was talking about?
Nah, not at
No.
all. It's just I like the message. That's what it really was.
Because I mean, we could bring that. Yeah, you know me. We pull that shit right in. Like,
nah, I really like the message because I think that there's a lot of truth to it. There's a lot of people that do that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like it becomes their identity versus like, who are you outside of that person? You know,
and you'll see them. You know how you'll see them? Especially the rappers and the producers. More so rappers, right? You'll see them, look at their body of work. All you gotta do is look at their body of work. You can see how much they don't believe in themselves.
Right.
By how many big features they got. How many big producers they got. They don't believe that they could do it from the mud. They have to have everything with something big. Have to. And then what I laugh at is they spend all that money and the shelf life of a song, even for the biggest of the big, it's about 2 weeks. Nigga, after it come and go, nigga, nobody's playing that shit no more. You spent all that money for that, and it's a novelty. You did all that to stand next to fucking the Beatles, and nobody cares 2 weeks later. That's why you gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah, you gotta build up yourself.
It's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere.
I mean, if you had to like point out one thing in particular that has held back your career as far as maybe a character flaw, what would you say it is?
I think that it's a couple. Yeah, so I'm gonna split them. I'm gonna split them like a hair, right? So when we go over here, I think that I my heart is way too big. That because my people tell me this all the time. Like I forgive shit, I let shit rock, I let shit go. I'm too sentimental, like word, and I lead with love, and that shit always smacks me in the fucking face, always. So this way, I think that because of this, it's made me aggressive. It's made me cynical to the people around me. I still know how to deal with them, but I'm very antisocial. It might not seem like it, but I'm very antisocial. I'm an antisocial socialite. I would rather be by myself. Yeah, and it's only because of what I've been through.
Do you think that because you have a big heart, there's been times where you've given like your resources and opportunities to other people that didn't deserve it instead of using that to invest in yourself?
I do it all the time. I do it without even thinking.
Mm.
Because nobody did it for me. And nobody helped me. Nobody. And everybody just watched me. And I think that for my character, I think that I was supposed to be that guy that nobody helped. I was supposed to be the guy that helped himself, that did everything himself. Some people are supposed to be that. Some people are supposed to be the artist next to the man, next to the man. Some people supposed to, you know what I mean? So I'm fortunate. I ain't mad at none of it. Like the knowledge I have and it's priceless. I run circles around a lot of these niggas if they was to get me in a room, but they won't put me in the room. That's a whole nother, like the gatekeepers. Like, a lot of them are aware of who I am. I've been around long enough and I'm loud. It's not like I'm quiet.
Right.
So you know of me or you know someone who knows of me and they know my skill set. It didn't take long for you to peep. Like, yo, the nigga's not just a rapper. We could put this nigga in front of a camera. The nigga could interview. The nigga could talk. If you think you seen it, you don't think everybody else see it too? They see it. They just not giving me the opportunity. They're not gonna do it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I gotta make my own.
I literally just told Joe today, I said that the first conversation I had with her, I said that I don't know why somebody has not put him in front of the camera yet.
Because I'm not meant to be put on.
No, but I said that he is a star.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
told her
But
that
that's
straight
gotta
up.
be the answer, is that I'm not meant to be put on. I'm meant to put myself on and others. Like you know what I mean? Like it ain't. I don't think me getting put in the cars is it getting put on is in the cars. I don't think Hove or 50 or Conway or somebody I really respect is gonna be like, yo, son.
No, but I was talking like why somebody with a platform didn't recognize the talent as far as like not only your experience in the music industry, but your personality and your fearlessness and how you could really blow up in front of the camera by just talking about hip hop. Like I saw it from the beginning. I knew it. I was like, bro, there's bigger platforms than me that should have put this guy in front of the camera already. Like, and I told you that too. I told you that from the beginning. Sure. I said that, bro, like somebody should have did this, But I told Joe, I said that, man, like, I know he don't have a lot of time, but I think that he should invest some of his time in making his own content and put on his YouTube. I think that you could really blow up off that shit.
I do. And I be having little splurts where I do shit like that. But I don't, you gotta, like you said, it's the time. You gotta put in work on YouTube. A lot of times, your content ain't even the problem. It's just you gotta put in the work to really push that shit. And I was getting mentored, like my boy Saint Laz. Shout to Saint Laz. He was giving me some pointers on some things. Shout to Bullets Gotti. Yeah, shout to Bullets Gotti. Another good dude. I seen he was on your platform too. Bullets, he a good dude. He was putting me on to some shit. I know a few people that was put because they see it too, kind of. But they on the come up too. Like I don't expect them to, but they could just share like little tidbits or whatever with me that they might know. Cause I had that one shit for a time called Your Favorite Song when I was interviewing people, rappers that I like and asking them. It wasn't a regular interview. It just was, what's your favorite song you ever made? And I'll tell you what my favorite song of you is. And that's the interview. And
that's
I
a dope
everybody.
idea.
Huh?
That's a dope idea.
That's on my YouTube, bro. Like I have a bunch of them, like Royce, I'm talking to Royce. I'm talking to fucking Easy Mo B, Pete Rock, like mad people,
Damn.
bro. Like, and the numbers are shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this. I had story times where I was up talking shit, telling my stories, funny stories, bro, ill story. But you know, it turned me off. You know, I don't got the time. I'd rather, you know.
Put it into music. I get it.
Man.
Yeah. All right, you're actually on Pumpkinhead's like most known record ever, right? Whack MCs.
Is that his most known record?
One of them. So it's up there, right?
Yeah. I remember recording that. I remember the day.
Talk to us about how that record came about and how you ended up on it.
We was just in the stew as usual. In the stew, OT made the beat. I think OT was doing the beat first. And you know, P knew that was for him. So, you know, he walking back and forth. We all was, you know, smoking and shit. I think he did the first verse. He was like, yo, son, I want you to get on here. And I'm there. I mean, it's still, I was like, all right, and just, yeah, you know, did the chorus. And then he did the other verses, and that was it. A lot of that shit was so organic like that, bro. Like, we just were there and just knocked shit out. It really wasn't no rhyme or reason. We ain't planned nothing. We ain't just did it, you know?
Did you guys like have any idea it would become as popular as it did?
Nah. Again, we just in there vibing, bro, making songs. Like, we never was in there like, oh, this is never, son. Like, of course, we thought everything we did was fire, but
Right.
yeah, you know, but do we know that that's gonna be like now? Well, you might think a different one we did was gonna be the one, and then it's not. But then it's this one. Like, you're like, oh, okay.
What was the reaction when you saw people like, you know, responding to it so positively and everything? Like, what did PH think?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was what? Oh shit. Okay. So then, you know, we started working it into the routines more, doing shows and shit. And it went over real well at our shows. We used to have you know that beat, Uptown Baby, Uptown Baby. Burn, burn, burn.
Right.
Me and him had a routine we did live to that. We never recorded it, but it was some shit that we would do. Like, I can't remember it, man. But we would go into the shit live sometimes. Damn, I miss my nigga, man. Or
I was just about to say that, bro. When I see when his name gets brought up, your face lights up like in a different kind of way, bro.
yeah, it's my guy. Yo, the new album, I got a joint with him on there. Y'all going?
I was gonna ask you about that, man. The new one that's coming out next month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that an unreleased track? Like his verse is unreleased?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Well, I mean, it's not released. Well, how can I explain it? So when me and P was up at, was it Stretch and Bob? It was either Stretch and Bob or CM Famalam, one of them. And we was freestyling over mad beats, right? And he had started spitting a written. I was just listening to it the other day. He started spitting a written, and then he fucked up in the written and started freestyling like for mad bars. And I'm listening to that shit. And I'm like, snatch that shit. Took the stems, put that shit up in the shit. So it's no music, just him rapping. You could hear me and Meat Pie in the background doing ad-libs. Bro, I start beatboxing on the mic. So on the song that he's on this, I might be giving away too much, but I kind of shouldn't have even said nothing, but I kind of want them to just hear how he did it. But the song stops in the middle of the song and it just goes to, it sounds like we in the park and I'm beatboxing and he's just rapping, son. Like it's gonna give you, bro.
Oh man, I can't wait
Insane.
now. Yeah, it's dope, bro.
Insane.
Rest in peace to PH, man. It's truly missed, bro, for sure.
Yeah, man. Love you, my nigga. You know it.
In 2006, you appeared on Apathy's Eastern Philosophy album on the song Philosophical Gangsta with Poison Pen.
Mhm.
How did that come about?
Went to App's crib.
You guys had a relationship like before?
Yeah. I went to his crib. And he was living in Brooklyn. And went to his crib. Just knocked it out. Like back then, that's how it was. Like you just pull up, knock it out. You know. Shout the App, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, Apathy's a good brother, man, for sure.
Man.
That song is super dope.
It is. And it's wild because a lot of songs are just very organic. Like there's really no rhyme to reason to a lot of them. Like it's just pull up. Yo, you get on this? All right. Jump on it, leave. Like there was a song that I did with Kweli, actually. I can't find it anywhere. It was a freestyle. It was over the What We Do Is Wrong beat, the freeway beat.
Oh, yeah.
And it was for a raucous mixtape. And it was me, Kweli, and Expected Deck. That shit was fire. It was on YouTube, but then I couldn't find it no more, huh?
Damn.
Yo, bro, I remember that session, bro. Like, bro, I remember sitting in there and I looked and Inspector Deck came in with this tall dude with long dreads. I'll never forget him, son. And the nigga came in. Something expected with my click. Some shit. Like he was going crazy. And I ain't heard it. I haven't heard it in a long time, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it was me, Kweli, and Inspector Deck. And that came about because Kwa called me and was like, yo, come through. You know, come get on it. So, you know.
That's dope, man. All right, bro. I just want to thank you so much for your time, man. We definitely gonna link up again because you know you got plenty of new projects coming.
Next month.
For sure, man. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before we go ahead and wrap it up?
Yeah, man. I want to say that Kanan, I was mad at you for killing Marvin. But I'm madder at Juke for killing Rock. If you know, you know. Raising Kanan, baby.
That's really what you got to say?
Yeah. What I'm supposed to say, Panda? The nigga killed my mother. She came in, she killed my mother. Killed my mother.
You a fool, man.
Yeah, man, 6 Man Entertainment. Really, really big things, man. Shout out to my partner, XO Joe, all the time. Shout out to Murda Megs. Shout out to Freak Show. Shout out to Van Gunn. Shout out to Cortona P. Shout out to Shay Cobain, Silverback Lauren, City Rich, Ryan, Honey De Niro. Ooh, of course. Shout out to everybody, man. XL, Frank, just everybody, the whole squad, man. And shout out to hip hop. Shout out to you too, Panda.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Wow.